as though I have conquered death. I live death every day. I am surrounded by it, smothered by it. Look at you now. He would have everlasting life. You seek to defy death, yet you cannot even defy sleep. And our like sleep is to death. It is a painted death.
Just had to say really quickly, sorry to interrupt the flow of the trailers, but this right here is going to be the last time I play the Nosfero trailer or a Nosfero trailer for this campaign. And my mind is absolutely blown, guys. Here, let's get started.
Good morning, come on in. Coffee's good, fresh and hot. There's a waffle in the baker, on the grill we're making bacon. You're always welcome back.
Charge!
Holy cow, everybody. Is this real? Are we really here? Has it really been, and I have to say this, guys, has it really been 2 years since I handed in my letter of resignation, ending an 18-year college teaching career as a full-time associate professor on principal? And it is incredible to me. If you had told me how things were going to go here, I wouldn't have had to have as much faith as I've had. And you guys have been the absolute validation of that. For those of you guys who were on the stream earlier and saw Ethan invited me on to help close out this campaign, we had mentioned it a bit, but I was actually getting ready to do this part 2 stream when I went into on Twitter, and it was like, we're going to launch Dale's pit poster campaign, which is surreal in and of itself to be on that stream, and close out Nosfero. And I was like, no words. Type no words, and I just hit the link, and you guys saw what happened. We are $100 away from 38K, guys. I don't even know what to say, man. It's so absolutely barking. And Stephen Rockwood is saying 645. How is any of this possible, guys? It's possible with Comicsgate. It's possible with us who are actual fans of the art form. How is this possible? Nothing in my life makes sense some days, and this is definitely one of those things where $37,945. This is absolutely barking. I don't understand this at all. I went upstairs. I told my wife, and she was asleep, and I woke her up, and because that's what is always great to do to a woman when she's finally fallen asleep, is to wake her up suddenly with news. But no, she was waiting for me, and she was just like, this is amazing. So thank you, Comicsgate. You have my family's gratitude. Let's take a look at this thing. Let's see what we've got going on here. Let me present. Actually, let me add this to stream, and then I'm going to invite a guest in. Here we are, 37,945. Thank you guys so much. You know, Mel knows what I'm talking about. You go upstairs, you're like, honey. She's like, oh, God, is it the kids? And you're like, the campaign. And it's like, So I have got one of my groomsmen here. My brother from another mother from the West Coast. What is up, man?
What's up? Wait, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, man. The amount of Xanax I'm taking, I think. Yeah, you know, someone would have had to have known me since 1994, if I'm not mistaken, to have fully appreciated your text was perfect.
Which part?
What is happening? The one with the picture of me and Ethan and Dale.
Oh yeah. Actually, I looked at it. Like, I actually looked at it closer, and it's like I think your eyes are half closed, and Ethan's.
They should have been fully closed.
What's that?
They should have been fully closed.
Yeah.
But no, man, it's crazy because we've known each other for a long time, and you remember. Well, we met when I was getting my first professional job in the mail.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I just got the first issue of that indie comic that Andy Smith, Threshers, right, did the cover on, and we were walking up the hill and we were talking about, you know, independence and comics and what we were going to do. And so, you know, I think outside of Lauren, you know, you are one of those people who's watched this whole thing, you know, happen from the start, man. It's crazy, dude. It's absolutely nuts.
It's crazy. I mean, that's the only reason I'm joining you now, because it's pretty momentous and it's pretty exciting. So yeah, gotta be here to cheer you on, dude.
Dude, it's craziness, man. If this is the truth. I know a lot of you guys who've been around for this whole thing. Stephen Rockwood, Simply Green. Look at you guys, my amazing channel members here in the chat. You guys all know this stuff, but Antoine Dennison, the professor, my man. I did not I went to bed last night, and after my first stream this morning, I was like, this is great. Like, I've had a great day. If I do one more stream, that'll be cool. It'll be great to wrap this thing up. I cannot wait to get this book printed. I had no idea what the last couple of hours was going to involve. I mean, it was nuts. What's up, Green Laser? And you know, because you were, I basically said, hey, man, I just want to let you know this is what I'm going to be doing right now.
Yeah.
You were like
and
right
then,
now.
And kept going, and you're like, oh, yeah, I'm going to close out my stream on Ethan. I'm like, what? And I'm like, wait, now? Yep. And then
yes,
4 hours later, I just got back from dinner. I sent
you a message, and I go, this is what I love about my crew. I sent you a message, and I go, yeah, I'll probably be streaming in a little bit. And you were like, again? And I was like, this is what we do in this space, man. It's all hustle. I mean, as soon as I wrapped up that stream, Gross Point Dank, my brother, Dan Lawless, sent me a text and was like, I'm available if you're going to stream now.
Crazy.
It's ridiculous, dude. It's
We've
so
got
cool,
Shant
man.
in our blood. We've got Shant in our blood. We're pumping Shant
dude,
in our blood.
You know it, man. We've been working together and doing this stuff for a long time, man. And it's Green Laser's like, we need to hit 40,000. Green Laser, I need to survive. You know, God knows what could happen. You know, I mean, I might just keel over, man. You know, keel over. I mean, it's a crazy thing, but all of this stuff, and you know this, man. It's every backer, every dollar counts to making this stuff possible. There's no such thing as a backer who's not contributing a lot when you're in the independent space. It's just not.
You know what I might do, just because this would be the right time to do it, is I was going to take a second to go dig in my comic boxes and like find some of your old stuff that I have.
Dude, go for it, man. Go for it.
If people want to see classic Sean stuff that only I have.
Oh my God. I don't even have it. I don't even have most of this.
Well, you know, like we had a flood, or we had a few floods in our house, and I lost a lot of precious stuff from school. Some of the things that I had from you, I did lose, but I think most of it survived. So I haven't looked in these boxes.
I have none of it. So I won't even know what was lost.
Yes.
I don't even know what it is.
It's crazy, man. If you can give me
of course, dude.
A few minutes, and I will come back and I could share some of this stuff, which will blow your mind.
That will probably absolutely blow my mind and be insane. Yeah, let's do it.
All right, I'll be back.
All right, man. So let me see here. Where is it here? Let me adjust this. I'm just going to show you guys. I'm kind of jogging to a stop mentally here because I'm like, wow, how on earth did I get to this place, guys? But I've been sketching and working on some stuff as we wrap up, and I wanted to share some of it with you guys. I had mentioned this project and this idea that I came up with in 2017. And as I kind of work on the various things I do, I sketch between things to stay, warmed up. So this is yet another, creation or concept I have for, at the very least, a little short story that might be in another art book or something like that. But I'd mentioned it on a few streams, which is it's an idea that's kind of almost literally, the Dunwich Horror meets, in that case, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles meets Ninja Scroll. Like that was the idea. Was it? I think it was practically, yes. Was it an additional 50 backers today? Remember how long it took to get from 200 to 250? Stephen Rockwood, 100%. I do, man, 100%. I mean, it's so crazy. I mean, it's absolutely crazy. It might have been 50 backers or so today, because I think we started at, if I'm not mistaken, I think we started at, it's close to 50, if it's not 50. We started at, oh my gosh, guys, we just picked up another backer while I was talking. We're $20 away from 38K. I cannot tell you how insane this whole thing is. But yeah, guys, I mean, when I look at this stuff, you guys have been a part of it, the work, the grind, and all this stuff. People cannot appreciate, I know you guys can, but people cannot appreciate how important it is for you guys to back this book and have supported this book sight unseen, because there's so many campaigns people back where they're just like, am I going to get something at the end of this? And they're right to be wary. And you guys believed, and you guys are going to be rewarded for it. And speaking of brothers, because I have so many brothers, we got my main man, my can of spam. It's all about Money Grows Point Dank himself, Dan Lawless.
You got the gift of gab, or the linguistic qualities there.
Dude,
I fall over myself. I'm like, that's how I talk.
Like that a lot, dude. I'm like that a lot. I have my moments, man. But it's, man, I was, this day has definitely been a trip. I mean, I was on that. Yeah, Dan the Man says Stephen Rockwood drawing. And hail to you, Jeremy Burtz, channel member and rock star. Flawless Dan Lawless. It ain't bragging if it's true, says Antoine.
Thank you, sir. That's right. Pretty. That's yeah. You don't know me very well, apparently.
No, dude. See, this is the whole thing about it, right? You know this, man. It's like we just come in here, we work, and this is what comics has always been. What we're doing here.
Yeah.
And I was saying to Ethan on the stream, earlier today, and I said, people need to grasp that the pendulum has really swung with all of this stuff. And that when people throw shade at somebody and use words that used to be devastating before, now people roll their eyes and go, probably somebody I'd like to meet. And that is a huge shift.
There's immunity being built now. It's like the cry wolf thing. When you start saying, oh, that person is, that's a person's a racist, like, and then he's clearly not. People just start to tune it out, and that's the problem, because when there's a real racist, you're not going to identify it. Like, so it's like, it's so stupid, But
Yeah, we got channel member Lloyd Burton. We've got Mortal V. Mortal V. God, that has been burned into my brain. So Mortal V, you're gonna love this. I made my wife watch some of that stream, and she's like, "Oh my God, turn this off! I cannot watch this." She's like, "I cannot listen to this woman."
I think we were talking about this earlier. When he started playing that, I was like, "Oh my gosh, I can't listen to this." But then he started just dissecting it as he does, and like, "Oh my gosh, this is really entertaining now."
He's a legend, man. He's a legend. And Lloyd
and that
Burton,
guy, I almost want to see him. They should get that guy in a live stream.
He was him on a live stream. He's a real deal.
He was a riot. That guy who was getting bombed.
Yep. Yeah, Simply Green has it right there. I wasn't sure 5 years ago when this kicked off. Now I'm convinced. And think of how many things we've been through, growing pains and people coming and going and all of the sort of initial stuff. And I think it's because the initial excitement of something like Comicsgate, the initial excitement of these things it's like everything. People get excited and then you have to get to work. And then it's the slow grind of working and doing this stuff every day. And I was looking at my YouTube because everything is very strange, but this is my 401st YouTube video, which I was just like, oh my gosh. So I hit 400 earlier today with my first stream. And I thought, I have been making videos and posting. I'm up to 400, which is nothing to some people, absolutely. It's nothing. All my buds are Nazis and racists and Black Hitler. I know. We were talking about that too. It's crazy, man. Yeah, indeed. And hail Sark. But, we look at this stuff, and there was a time when you would think that making comics was, this horrifying thing to these people, like that we were making comics. And now people are starting to say, this is comics. I think, the Johnny Depp stuff really helped too. Because people love Johnny Depp. They sadly were trusting the press.
Yeah, when I first saw that Johnny Depp clip with him slamming the doors, I thought, this guy's an asshole, And as it turned out, no, we didn't have the whole story. We didn't see the aftermath where she smiled at the camera like she got him.
Oh, yeah.
And it was like,
pushing the button.
It was so devious.
Yeah, and the thing that's crazy is that the only thing I had ever heard about Johnny Depp before then was that he always tipped waiters really well. He talked to the wait staff. You even saw it in court, right?
Yeah.
He was always just the nicest, guy and had so much, so much character and was so humble. And you watch that, and they really made a lot of people believe that. And people were angry afterwards when they found out that he'd been railroaded.
Yeah, when you listen to some of all the tapes that the actual conversations, you can see him trying. You can see him reaching out, and he's genuinely concerned and he's genuinely expressing himself. And she's taping this stuff, and that stuff all came out. And then you go, oh, now there's another side of the story. And it taught me a lesson to not be too judgmental when you get in these situations. It's just you just don't really know until you really know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I definitely worried about him after that because I was like, dude, listen, man. He's up on he's almost 60 now or something like that. And I'm like, if you can't spot that girl from a million miles away at this point, Johnny, come on now. She practically was labeled, She was crazy.
You never know, though. Any of us can get taken if the person's is clever enough and crafty enough. It's kind of. I think it can happen.
All I can say is if I met a gal the age she was and she said she knew all of these famous authors that I knew, I'd give her a book quiz. I'd go, and what he did is once they got in a relationship and he's tried to talk to her about these books, he started getting her the books and saying to refresh your memory.
Wait, what? Tell me the story here. What happened here?
When she first met him, he was like, oh, it's amazing. She likes all the same things I do. And I'm like, what, son? You bring up something that you like, and she says, I like that too? Is that the crazy coincidence you're talking about? And what it turned out, of course, is that it was a classic grift. It's like, it's like the, what's the word I'm looking for? The fake geek girl. It's the same thing. The fake literature girl was her take on it.
Huh.
When you saw Heather Antos in that interview, and the guy, and Eric Weathers pointed that out today when the guy says, oh, what do you think of The Mask? And she starts talking about the movie.
Yeah, there you go.
She's clearly unaware.
Yeah, and his face plummeted when he's like, oh, you don't know about comics, I guess.
Yeah, and to be perfectly fair, why we've always known this. that those of us who love comics and those of us who make comics and do these incredibly detailed, insane stuff. Yeah, poor impulse control is right stamped on the forehead. But it's when we make this stuff, it's always been nerdy stuff. It's always been nerdy stuff. So to me, it was like a classic, what are you doing here? It's like seeing a windowless van parked out of an elementary school outside. You're like, what is this van doing here? Does anybody know whose van this is? This isn't a good idea.
Yeah.
And so when people come into this space, they just watched Dale Keown hit 5 figures in a New York minute on a Pit poster campaign that nobody knew was going to launch. Yeah. They see you and think
wait till
hard work.
Wait, those are just posters. Wait till he does a book.
Yep.
My gosh, Amen. that thing's gonna take off. I mean, he is. You know, people say, he's kind of lost it. I don't see that at all. The stuff he's doing is better than ever.
Oh, they're crazy.
Like, it's like, what are you talking about? It's this guy has aged like fine wine. I mean, he's really good. You know.
Yeah, Simply Green, and again, thank you for being a channel member. You're absolutely right. I don't have to know a lot about Star Trek to know certain things. You know what I mean? Like these people can barely get past beam me up. They don't know what a Klingon, like this is the level of understanding that they have. It's just like, I like Star Trek and nobody questions this. It speaks to that was the sad thing. I think that in many ways Heather was our Amber in comics. She was the Amber
could be.
Of comics.
Yeah, especially if it's true that she was, doing the Whisper Network. That was awful. It's just terrible.
Oh no, she was. I mean, we saw the receipts, but you could just see the way she was talking. I mean, you watch somebody who hates comic book fans talking to an actual fan.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been at conventions and I've talked to so many people like that. I probably could have had that conversation for 3 hours about Lobo. I'd have been like, man, let me ask you a question. I don't want to get, political here, but are you like thinking like, because for me, this is where it's at. Is it a Giffen or a Bisley Lobo? Like, what are you seeing, son? Like, we would have had that conversation because we like comic books.
Yes.
Shit, Phil could have had that conversation and rocked it. Do you know what I mean? Because he loves Lobo, man.
Yeah.
It's nuts. Yep. Hail, John.
I always wanted to take. I drew Lobo once. Gosh, I don't know what I did with the drawing, but it was a pretty good Lobo. So certain characters, like I write from my style, as I think I was telling you earlier, like And Lobo's one of those guys. I think I could lock down Lobo pretty well. So it'd be a lot of fun. But I like that. I like drawing the big tough guys. Like that's fun.
Yeah.
So what are you drawing here? What's this? Is this? I haven't seen this before. What is this one?
Yeah, this is totally new, man. This is totally new. Someone was asking me about it in the chat. So this right here is a story that I came up with in 2017, and it's very, very new. So I haven't really talked a lot about it. But I wanted to play around with doing a toned paper or a gray media paper, black and white kind of fun sketch. And yes, guys, Nosfero the Crypt Walker is closing in less than 2 hours. My God, it feels so amazing to be wrapping this up, guys. I love it so much.
I can hardly wait to read it. I just, what would you estimate that when you get it? Like when are they? You're going to printer. You're doing a printer right now, right?
Yep. I mean, actually, see, here's the thing. I've got my printer I used before, who I'm going to reach out to, but then Eric wants me to take a look at the printer he's using, because either way I want to print it in the States, but I want to get the best price, because my first 2 art books were printed in the States. There's no way, no matter how, if it costs us extra, it costs us extra. But I take the making this stuff, printing this stuff in America pretty damn seriously.
Yeah, appreciate that. Especially if it's not much price difference and you can afford it. It's like, just put some Americans to work. Shit,
We're definitely in the space to where we're like, if we can tolerate the hit to do this in America, we're gonna do it. Like, we might be. Look, man, and you know this, and whatever. But it's like this country has given me so much that I could think about this all day. How fortunate I was to just luck upon being born in this country.
I know.
Having traveled the world. It's just incredible, man. I don't care that some fans don't know a lot about the history of the medium, absolutely. But when they present it, that's exactly right. When they present themselves as ambassadors, then it becomes a problem.
Or like this woman did, try to take credit for the comics that were being created. Like she's like, when I put out these comics, like, no, you were the editor, which sometimes is important. Sometimes it's not that important. You know, it depends on how much input you have in.
Yeah.
I kind of doubt she had too much input in these. You know, I'm sure it was the creators behind it.
You know what made me mad? Dude, you know what really made me mad? Hail, Shipbird Militia. It's great to see you, my friend. Thank you for reading. Guys, we are $20 away from 38K. And I will tell you, that would make my night to get to 38K, because as you guys know, the number 7 drives me crazy. And it's at 37.
Yeah, do you wish to explain this?
I can.
I'm curious.
I absolutely can't. It's the same way I draw and the same way I design.
Is this like the equivalent of stepping on cracks in a sidewalk kind of thing, or?
It's a little bit like that, but it's weirder because, or it's weird in its own way. Where, for me, how do I word this? And yeah, I mean, like, there's, you know, I've got my stuff, right? I can't touch felt, velvet, any of that stuff. Like certain things, like I have that kind of thing. But numbers, I don't want to say like, oh, I see numbers as pictures, but numbers definitely have feelings, like give off feelings and sensations to me. And 7, for whatever reason, drives me nuts. And I don't think she'll mind me saying this, Comic Skate, to all you fine people here. But believe it or not, one of the great comedies of my life is that my wife was born in 1977. So I love that it's just, yeah, I know this is crazy. I'm one backer away from 647. I can't win. There's no way I can win this. It's over. You know, it's over. You know, you guys are killing me, man. Oh, jeez. I'm gonna die, man. Yeah, what Sean is saying is he's mental. There's no getting around that.
Yeah, so, I think it's safe to say most of us artists are pretty mental.
Yeah. So it's like when I was working on this book. So for all of you guys, I'm sure you know this, but I loved the first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles comic, you know, story, and I not, you know, in the sense of, well, in a million ways, but I loved the fact that it was the kind of comic book that was for kids, but was a little, as the Brits say, a little naughty, you know, like Garbage Pail Kids or something like that.
Yeah, it was grunge. It was his first grunge stuff, yeah.
But it played it straight. You know what I mean?
I never read it, so I don't really know.
Oh, you got to. It just for the, for someone who knows, knows Frank Miller and will pick up all the Frank Millerisms. And I loved, 7 loves you, Sean, despite your disdain for it. You know it's true. But what I loved about it, what I really loved about that book, was that it took itself kind of seriously, and it basically took Daredevil's origin story from the Miller days of the canister hitting him in the eyes and coming loose from a truck and blinding him. It starts with that, and then that canister bounces a few more times, goes into a sewer, and creates the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh, really?
And
so
that
it actually plays it from the story. From the
story. I wish I had that book.
Wow, that's pretty cool. I didn't never know that.
Oh, wait. Yeah, here you go.
Fun comic book fact.
The first graphic novel of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and you'll see right here, Splinter tells the story of how he became what he is. And it's like, here I was scavenging through, you know, the trash after my ninja master was killed, and a blind man was crossing the street. A boy jumped to rescue him. The toxic container hit him in the eyes. Then it bounced and hit a little fishbowl with turtles in it with this kid. They fell down the sewer. I went down there to investigate them, and we all got mixed up in this chemical, and then we became. And that is the story. And it's cool. It's so funny because they go, this is what we're referencing. And so for me, I came up with this story where that actually I didn't have a story for it. I had more of the premise where the similar thing happens, but it involves Lovecraft and the Dunwich Horror and a lot of Dunwich, or Lovecraft elements, but not in the, how do I put it? I try to use Lovecraft not in the way that it's like, and this is a Lovecraftian, because almost all horror is Lovecraftian. You know what I mean? And it's almost overused. So I try to approach it from a standpoint of Lovecraft was a visual genius with all this creepy stuff. And once I had the story, I was like, let's rock and roll, you know? Shanth, have you planned the next installment of Nosfero? I will quote the director of Mad Max Fury Road when he was at the Cannes Film Festival, and they said, so what are your thoughts for a sequel? And he goes, it's like you're talking to a woman who just delivered a baby and you're asking her about her next baby right after the delivery. No, I have a bunch of things that I've got ideas for, but much like with the first book, I have two possible options for it, or two stories I'm looking at. And the story that is the best, because every Nosfero adventure needs to be self-contained. It needs to be.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah, because if you're gonna wait for this thing, much like anything I do, I want it to be something that, like the Shadow Pulps, right? You get this high plot, story, and so I've got one thing called. Yeah, I know. I had twins, by the way. We had twins, and that was something. That was really something. But I want to. I have two stories. One of them was the artwork I think I showed you guys. I don't know if I have it over here because I was scanning a bunch of stuff the other day. But one of them was the Headless Woodsman story that would be a cross between the Headless Horseman with kind of a Swamp Thing. Headless Woodsman is like the Headless Horseman. There ain't no horse because I'm not drawing horses right now. And it's about that character and a Swamp Thing like character. But here's the thing.
Well, you don't have to draw faces.
That's true. Yeah. But the thing that's crazy about it is that I'm really trying to what's the word I'm looking for? I'm really trying to figure out ways to do these characters different. Like, what if I make these monsters legit monsters and not have them always be sympathetic? Sometimes they are, sometimes they aren't, and that's the trick for me. Like because I try to push myself a little bit because I think there's a million different takes on these characters, Right. And hold on, Shanth, how many opening should you have in your head? I don't know. That's a tough one, man. I'm not sure. Openings, I got you. Yeah. In my case, I don't know. There's like a third eye under here, I think. That's one of them for sure, man. And thank you guys for posting the link. Nosfero the Crypt Walker, guys. Oh my gosh, guys. Holy shiitake mushrooms. As we say. I'm working on it, kids. I'm working on it. I got to add this to the stream, guys. We just passed $38,000
there you go.
On Nosfero the Crypt Walker, and I've got to play this. Dude, this is nuts. Charge! You guys are the best.
Wow. That's fantastic. Oh my gosh.
You guys are insane, man. Jericho Green in the house, man. I'm telling you what, I feel like I want to send you the link, my friend. If you want the link, let me know, man. I'll email it to you. But yeah, man, I just love this stuff so much. We've been working away in this TV space doing this stuff. We basically are, creating some definitive images.
Hey, your sound's a little muffled, Shanth. All of a sudden.
Oh, is it? I might have hit something. Hang on a second. Let me just see.
It sounds fine now.
Oh, it sounds better? All right.
Yep,
all right.
I know.
It's just one of those things to where when I look at the stuff that we're doing, 647. Yeah. Yeah, send it. Mail-in method. Yeah, you're right. I'll send it to Jericho. Jericho's a man of distinction. He knows. I don't have to worry about him feeling like I'm pressuring him to do something. He knows his own mind, folks. He knows his own mind. But you've been doing this stuff, whether it's Boots and Heels or any of this. Actually, I gotta send Gabe too as well, man. That's gotta happen too. I don't know if he's even up at this point, man, but it's gotta happen. But I look at this stuff and I'm just like, how the heck do we? How do we get here? Like, how does all this stuff go? I'm still in shock about the 28K, or sorry, 38K. What am I even saying?
Yeah.
It's just nuts, man. It's nuts.
Yeah, it's
so
great.
You're working on all sorts of groovy stuff. How's it going, man?
Oh, like I said, I got my own comic kind of brewing. That's kind of fun.
Yeah, man.
So I'm excited about that.
But you told me the title. What was it again? No, I'm just gonna keep doing it, man.
So yeah, that's exciting. It's to write and draw and control everything, it's such an exciting experience. It's like nothing. And I draw other people's work and stuff like that. That's fine. I like it. But it's their baby. I'm helping them. Man, when you're drawing, it's like it's complete artistic control. What do you want to do exactly? And you're in charge. It's like, it's just a neat feeling. It's a very expressive feeling. You just putting down what you really want in your heart,
Yeah.
And it's cool. And I can see it in your work too, man. It's like when I see all those wisps of different shades of color. I mean, that's just coming from your soul, That's really cool stuff. So,
it's a good. It's not ideal long term, but I think sometimes I'm very thankful for my teaching career and a lot of the stuff I experienced, and because I think sometimes when your soul is starved creatively, you kind of learn how strong it is. How, like, I think when everybody is saying, oh, hey, man, create, you're free. I've seen a generation of people who've experienced that, and they feel frozen. And then I look at us, and we've been, like, under the, the gun of, oh, we can't do that. You can't do a panel this way. You can't create that. And there you go. Okay, 7. 7 is the answer. But it's, this incarnation at least. But we sit here and we kind of just look at these things, and we're the freest we've ever been, and we're creating cool stuff as a result. And I found that, watching all of us do when we get commissioned to do pinups or artwork of other people's characters, it's almost like because the characters are so new, it pushes us. It pushes us to sort of say, how could I think more creatively? Like, what genre is CyBERFROG?
There hasn't been much done on it yet, so you can kind of and like I said, usually you're almost working for a friend now. That's what it's kind of like, that it's like you just I don't know. It's just inspirational for one thing. It's so you want to do the best and most interesting thing you can do. Plus, our jobs are relying on it all of a sudden.
Yeah, it's great to have
I love the merit-based thing. It's like it's really coming to fruition now with the crowdfunding, because now, if it's not good, people just won't support it, and if it's good, they'll support it, and it's got nothing to do with the promotional power of Marvel and TV. Because I really do think a lot of that image stuff and it was pushed. These guys are making fun of LIFO. Well, that wouldn't have happened. LIFO wouldn't have happened with in a merit-based situation. It was because Marvel was pushing that stuff, but
it was also, let's be clear though, man, it was I was somebody who was buying that stuff, and I did not read any trade stuff when I was a kid. It was a merit-based system in the sense that it was what was selling, right? And the problem with that is that it wasn't about the merit. It was about the, consistency, or I forget what the quote is the hobgoblin of small minds. It's that when they see one thing work, because they're not creative, they think we need everything to look like that.
Yeah.
We blame the people that they pick, quote, they pick. But when you're in this open playing field, it really is on your shoulders. Oh my gosh, Cranberry Langers. I bought another copy for a friend. Thank you so much.
Your sound's getting funky again.
Now, it could be. Hold on a second. Let me see if I got a window open. Let's see how many. It could be just my audio.
Oh, speaking of Dale Keown, I think I should show you something that's kind of fun. Hang on a second.
Let's see if that's any better. We'll see. It could be the Wi-Fi. You never know. Dan's looking for stuff. Yeah, he loves good art. Oh, awesome, man. Thank you so much, Cranberry Langers. I appreciate that. And I mean, I think that, as far as the work goes, yeah, Keown, I've heard of him. Yeah, his stuff is amazing. 648 backers. Thank you for saving Sean from the number 7. I love it, man. Now I got to add this to the stream. Hang on a second, guys. Let me add this to the stream. And then, wait, what did I just do? I don't even know what I just did. Hang on a second here. Is that it? Nope. All right, so add the stream. 1 sec. Let me do this and refresh real quick. Here we go, guys. Boom.
There you go.
648. Thank you, guys. And I got to send a cheerleader real quick. Thank you so much, guys, for backing this, because, Charge! You guys are awesome. All right, let me see what you got here, Dan. What kind of
Okay. All right. About 30 years ago or more, maybe probably 36 years ago, I made a little collage, a poster of my favorite covers, comic covers, and this includes. Well, I'll show you in a second. Hey,
Wait, hold on one second. I got to switch this up here. There you go.
Wait, you know what? Let me hang on a second. I think I got to turn the blur off on my. That'll help. Hang on a second. In my camera thing.
Oh, okay.
That'll help. Sharpen it up a little bit. Okay.
Wow, dude. Look at that.
So you've got. It's a lot of reflection here, but you've got Submariner. You got Mike Zack. You got Silver Surfer.
Oh, Zach.
Oh, I'm all backwards too, darn it.
Okay, we can.
Let me just switch that real quick. Hang on. I hate the backwards when I'm trying to show stuff. It's all funky. Where is the? I don't know where the. Forget it. You get the idea. Okay. It doesn't
Yes,
matter
I get
anyways.
it.
So I've got all this. Gil Kane, Gene Colan.
Yep.
Favorite stuff.
Gene.
Only one modern guy made the cut. Can you see that?
Yeah. Oh,
Dale
yeah.
Keown's Hulk.
Dale Keown.
So
dude,
this
that
is
cover.
30 some years ago. I thought that's a great cover. You know, it's on par with the Silver Surfers. These other great great images that I loved. And
Dude, that's beautiful, man.
and so that just tells you that I sometimes bash the image guys a little bit, but not get Dale. Dale was a really good one. You know, he was freaking awesome.
Dale is, I mean, I think that was what made, at least I think, a lot of early Image kind of cool before they said, we need books here that are going to sell like this certain amount. Look at it. People are loving this, man. They're loving seeing this stuff. Is that, everything was different, man. Everything was different. And I think that what manga was benefiting from was a bigger audience. Oh, Dan, please don't die. We need you. We've got covers for you to do. Oh my God. Are you serious, Stephen Rockwood? What in Sam Hill? Hang on a second here. Let me see if I can do this correctly here. Let's try this. There we go. Let's see. Are you guys for real here? Let's refresh and see what we get. Oh my gosh. We picked up another backer, but has it flipped yet? That is we're going to have to wait to see if it flips over. My God, guys, this is nuts. But see, Dan, this is what's so cool. Yeah, the groomsman just went to sleep. He was like, I'm going to find this Sean stuff. And he's like, peace. And he went he went to bed. Now he'll be back. But this is the crazy thing, right? Dan, there are people, and it's tough to experience or to describe what the experience is like until you've had it. But seeing this incredible group of people who love comics and are passionate about this art form come together and lift you up and make all of this stuff happen, it's overwhelming. And I find it impossible not to be filled with a sense of gratitude. My wife talks in the intro about how all the rejection letters, I started sending off comic book submissions when I was 11 or 12. I'd work in the industry, but the jobs, for independents on like things like Flash Gordon, but they would, come at the most inopportune time when I was working like 3 or 4 other jobs. But she goes, there was nothing like Comicsgate. She mentions that in the intro. There was nothing like where you could go onto YouTube. We didn't even know what that would even be. You couldn't have explained it to us, and that's what it's about, man. And we're able to get our art out there if we start streaming. The mail-in method works, man. It works. Let's try one more refresh and see if it moves. Boom. Look at that.
There you go.
Incredible.
Wow.
Incredible. If you told me this even this morning, I wouldn't have believed you.
Hey, let's watch the trailer. Let's check it out.
Oh, yeah. Hey, let's play it. We'll play it. I don't know if the audio let me know if the audio comes through. I don't know if it will, but let me know if you hear anything. Anything coming through or no?
No.
Okay, hang on. I think I got to share audio. 1 second here. Remove. Let's see. Add to stream, and then let me go.
Make it big too.
Yeah, let me do that. Hang on 1 sec. Let me see if I can make this happen here. Actually, I sort of feel like I'm doing. Let me do this. I'm being crazy here. Let me try this here. StreamYard. Let's do this so it's not completely the last time. We'll go to brand, and let's just fire it up the old-fashioned way, guys. Here you go. There you go, folks. We're here.
Awesome.
We are here, man.
That feels like your comic is something you're going to read it first, but then you're going to want to go back and sort of look at the art, and kind of study it. And
it's an art book with a story, Dan. That was the whole idea I had. Like let's show people what we can do, because people are so exposed constantly to ugly. In this world, they're just seeing this ugly stuff. Actually, I got a plan here. Let me see if this works.
And lack of care. I mean, even before the Image guys, just a regular Marvel comic stuff, it was still kind of chucked out. There was you had to look at something like a Bernie Wrightson's work or something like that to see people really putting the care into their work that mattered. Or Dave Stevens or something like that, but. It was good. Some of the Marvel stuff, I enjoyed it. I did recognize it. I knew it was, mass produced and for money, not just. I mean, not there's anything wrong with making money, but just. But I'm just saying it wasn't like with this stuff. These are pet projects, absolutely.
Yeah, in this case, almost literally and figuratively, we got some pets here, but it's this by the way, guys.
Oh my gosh, this image is so weird. I love it.
That's the freedom, man.
That's what I'm saying. It's like something. You ever have that deja vu thing where you think you've seen it before, and this is kind of one of those things where it's like I had some probably weird dream years ago, and I probably saw this.
Well, so. You know what it is too. It's funny because people make characters that are. You guys just saw the whole OBS experience right there. But people saw. I thought Dan and I need to be closer. I'm sorry. That's just how I felt. But yeah, exactly. That's right. Wait, hold on. No, we're wrong way. Got a high five. Boom.
Yeah.
That's right, man. Old school. But it's. Oh my God. Are you see? I can't even really believe what the chat is saying at this point, man. But we're gonna try this again. Let's just see what happens. Let's just refresh it. My God.
Yes.
This is like I'm. What is that expression? Sorry, Vangman, I'm terrified beyond the capacity for rational thought. It's kind of how I feel. And what is up, Waylam? How you doing, my friend? It is great to see you. I hope you are well. I can't wait for you guys to get the book. You guys are awesome, man. You guys are absolutely awesome. Look at this. A cheerleader. Let's have a cheerleader for everybody. I don't care if you're... Charge! Madness, I say. Madness. So we have got a camera set up here that I'm dying to see here. What is up, brother?
Hey,
are you ready? What are these things? Oh my God!
This is gonna be a little anticlimactic. I couldn't find some of the stuff I was looking for. I was like, just tearing through my. I got to do this in chronological order. Hang on a second.
Oh my God! Number 80 Bainbridge board.
Well, I think I still have something hanging around.
Why is this blurry? Can I change this? Why is it blurry?
I think you have the blur the background thing on. Like that? Blur the.
It's it looks cool, but it's not good for showing art. Yeah.
Do I have to do like a camera setting?
Make sure you have pants on before you adjust the blur. Because you don't want to go.
Some things are best left out of focus. That's right.
I sound like
leave it mystery.
Is it because I have to sign in or something?
No, you don't have to sign in. It's probably in your camera setup, like in your hardware or in your like whatever device you're using. There could be an auto setting, but actually it might be. No, it just might be if you click on settings in StreamYard. Do you see that at the bottom?
No, it
might
just
be
says
something.
camera. Just says mirror my camera and then FaceTime HD camera. That's it.
Oh, it could be the setting in your FaceTime camera. I bet you that's what it is.
What the?
Like if you go into your system preferences and you go into camera, that could be it too, man.
Let me look. Sorry, guys.
No,
It's gonna be like
nothing
so
to apologize.
anticlimactic.
Technical difficulties.
Yeah, I feel
No,
like Sean
not for
now.
people who haven't seen this stuff before.
This is a
Dude,
true Sean move.
Yeah, it is. It is what it is, man. That's what we do. Yeah, I see his pay is only on OnlyFans.
Yikes.
Yeah, mine. Yeah, you guys know it's like a lot of you guys I know that we've met on Grindr under different names, but that happens. You know, that's just the way it is. Yeah, man.
Huh.
Yeah, Shans, take your art feed down, make your face big. I promise to do that as soon as the boss tags in here on this stuff. But yeah, there's all these like crazy features now that they have, which are amazing. You know, like Dan, you were saying on the iPhone you use, right? Does it have the auto blur there, or is it in?
No, I
somehow?
bought the software I use is called Camo, and it goes both on your phone and on your Mac. And I have a Mac, you know, and so I have a lot of adjustments here, which are pretty cool. They're as a matter of fact, let me show you this. As long as I'm showing you this stuff, there's a cool funky feature. Like try this one. Ready?
Come on, let's get you on camera. Here we go. Go ahead.
It
Oh
follows
my
you.
lord! Jeez,
Is that cool or what?
that is cool, man. Holy cow!
But I really like this one though. That it kind of goes back, like what? Wait, ready?
That's like Hitchcock. Yes, that's like a Hitchcock.
Isn't that cool,
Follow
man?
cam. Yeah, dude, that's the best.
Ah,
Groomsman's figuring it out, man.
I think
He's
I
figuring
got
it out. He's like, I've got this now. I've got this.
all right, hang on.
Yeah, we've got the amount of tech, guys, and I know you guys know this because we talked about it earlier, but today on the stream. But people got to understand, or I think you guys do under. Oh wow, crazy!
Is that better?
You guys, yeah, that looks great,
Yep.
dude.
All right. Wait. Okay. Chronological.
Chronological. Oh, 16 years old, Sean. Holy cow.
Should I open this up? I still got my
Dude.
bag and board.
Wait, you got to explain this. What is this?
I did this.
What is this?
What is it?
It looks cool. It looks like a lot of
That
fun.
is the comic I started when I was 15, and I think I finished it when I was 16 years
This
old.
is how I found Sean. This is how I
Yep.
found Sean.
Well, that's when I was a kid, I used to draw it too, like just cram stuff in, almost like I'm telling a story in the full page, like kept adding stuff to it. It reminds me of that sort of thing. That I think that's the way the kids think, you know.
You ready for
And
this?
what was the name of my comic company on there? Yeah, there you go, man.
Crimson
Saber.
Oh, Crimson.
Crimson Saber. And what kind of sword does Nosfero have, kids? He has a Crimson Saber.
Nice.
It's a nod to that crazy childhood stuff, dude.
Look at all
You know,
this.
it's funny though. Hey, those
How
are
many shots
some of
and
the best
jellies are there?
ideas. Sometimes
Yep,
when you're
love 'em.
a kid and you think of something like John's Romulus character, you know, he
Yeah.
grew up near Romulus, the city, and just kind of stuck in his head. And it's a great name. You know, it's really good. So, you know, they just kind of sometimes these things just start when you're little and
Yep.
kind of go with that. So
I feel like this,
Yeah,
is,
man.
this is your life in comics, Sean.
Yes.
This is your life.
Yeah, it is, yeah. This is my life. Put me down. And guys, if you guys are wondering, where
This
this
is Sean. This is
independent
what Sean
stuff
looks
started,
like right now. Right here.
that is how I feel on the inside and look on the outside. And I'll say,
you could need to get a ninja mask.
I do need that.
You'd be a good ninja.
Yes. I would be. I'd be great at it, man. I'd be great. But when you see this stuff, guys, this was me printing out lettering or actually inking, if I remember correctly,
This is
for
awesome
those
stuff. I love this.
dark word balloons. I was actually, I was a psychopath. I was actually inking around those letters to make that on a
Let me
separate
see.
piece of paper and then
Yeah,
taping them
I
down.
could see that.
I kind of like the shiny printing because that means that the blacks are black. You know.
Yeah, it's nice.
Crazy. Yeah, it's nuts, dude. Holy cow.
And you're like, dude was in a wheelchair. Come on.
Yep.
Now, how in the heck did you do that ellipse well? Because those are. Did you do that by hand?
I drew was a 005 micron Pigma, so I filled everything in to vary line weight. I would draw the shape of a feather and fill it in.
I'm just talking about drawing an ellipse that large. Did you do that by hand?
Yes.
See, that ain't easy.
It ain't a perfect ellipse, though.
You know what? It's pretty perfect.
Pretty
man,
good.
to be young again. This book is 30 years old now, because I did this when I was 16 and I'm 46 now.
Gross.
Holy cow! Isn't that gross, dude?
I can't draw this good. I can't draw this good now.
Oh man, it's crazy, dude. Crazy.
Yeah, I have some.
I
have old stuff that like I made up a character I thought was original called Iceman. I'm like, no one's done Iceman. I'm sure this. Right. And I'm like, then I saw the character later at Marvel. Like, oh, somebody thought of it. Darn it, you know.
It was so crazy, right? Because in my wife's intro, she talks about this, and my brother here used to give me all sorts of grief. The groomsmen used to say this all the time in the most loving way. But she said this in her intro. The first thing I learned about Shant when I met him in college was that he was going to be a comic book artist. You know, that he was a comic book artist, and this is what he was going to do. And she's like going, and every time he said, I'm done with this, I ain't doing this, she goes, I always say, sure. But I knew he was coming back.
I'm gonna have to bring up Shant. I still have the Iceman comic I made. I'll have to bring that out.
You have got to. Yeah.
So it's not that bad. Well, I mean, you know, the art's not terrible. I mean, because I was probably 18 or something when I did it. You know, so.
Dude, it's a trip to see this stuff, man. It is a trip.
Awesome. This gave Liefeld a run for his money.
Hey, read some script. Let's hear some script.
No, we're good.
All right.
You got it, man. You got it.
Hang on. I gotta go find something.
Hey, what's up? Look at that. Holy cow. Oh, my God. Look at that.
This is a good way to end right here.
Yep.
No mistakes. It's game time.
Yes. That's good.
Holy
That's good
shit.
stuff, man.
Yeah. Next issue of the show.
Yeah, I like this back cover script kind of thing. That's kind of fun.
Look
like
this
handwritten.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Reverse.
That was nuts, man.
Looks cool.
Yeah. Wow. This is like a time machine. It's crazy.
That's weird.
Yeah.
How did you color this cover, Shant? Was it markers?
I used watercolors and markers. I had no idea what I was doing at all. Just, yeah. And it's crazy, right? Because you knew me in school, and you know I was terrified of color, didn't know how to paint, none of that stuff. It was nuts. And then I just had to learn.
I really think it's kind of cool looking. So,
all right, here we
Dude,
go.
I can't even imagine what I was on.
It's a lot of fun. It looks like you had a lot of fun.
Andy Smith cover. Woo!
Do you still have your copy around, Sean?
Yeah, I think I have it over there somewhere. I have no idea where all this stuff is, but I do have them, I think.
Okay, well, you got to tell us what this is about. I don't know anything.
So, when I was 17, I went to a comic convention, the Diamond Distribution Convention in Baltimore, and there was all these small publishers because Image and everything was going great, and the thing about it that was so crazy is that I went there and they had started this book and they showed pages from it. And I was like, you guys are trying to do something very Image-like. It's like, I could draw like Todd McFarlane. It's just fucking ridiculous. And I said, you should hire me instead of the guy you're using. And they did. Which is awful, dude. But if it makes him feel any better, I got $30 a page for this. $30 a page.
That's like current rates, isn't it?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say.
Current rates, yeah.
That isn't that bad for back then, really.
Yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't, man. And it's 17 years old, first professional job. I think I'd been here.
Maybe this is the one that got you the newspaper, right? This one?
This got me the newspaper article, and this is the one I got mailed to me at school that you saw me coming up the hill and you saw my address. Yeah, this is how we met, basically, this book. Yeah, Andy Smith is the man. Yeah, love that cover, man. Andy Smith is awesome. Yeah, it's not a bad rate when you think about it. For what
this was like an ad for Bart Sears, right?
Yep, they got that's. I think that's how they one of the conditions they had.
Yeah.
Again, the printing in this, it's kind of a nice printing with it's gloss and the colors are good.
Look at this. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Vertical.
Shark man.
Sorry. There's this dude at the top too. He's coming in like Spider-Man.
Yeah, it's crazy. You had to do the McFarlane feet.
Yeah.
That was my thing, man. Yeah.
What is the McFarlane feet to hide them? Is it, or...
Well, no, the McFarlane feet is to twist them in like Spider-Man and have.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I can't see super good. But,
Sorry.
Oh, don't worry. I can't draw super good at this point, so you're about right, dude.
Oh man.
Oh man.
I'm telling you, I can't even draw it like this now.
Oh, dude, you're crazy, man.
look at the eye out there. That's cool.
I was a wee lad having fun. So, oh yeah, the lead time on that, it was, I think I had about a month to draw it, and it shows. And they basically, while everybody else was having their last parties of the summer before they went off to college, I spent the last month before I went off to college working on this book 24 hours a day. I just pass out and draw more. And yet still, as a 17-year-old young lad, I didn't say comics broke me. Odd how that works, It's like, wow, this is a trip, dude.
It's like that thing. Comics broke me. It's like saying music broke me.
Yeah,
it's art.
Dude, that's crazy.
It's your chances of really making a living at it are pretty low.
Yeah,
you should know that. It's ridiculous. These complaints that people have. It's like, what did they expect? What were they expecting to happen?
Look at this guy. I wanted to see a comic.
Yeah, that was
this guy.
Weird one. Yeah, because I needed a big creature at the end, and they didn't give me any more descriptors of what the creature was. So I just made. What was really funny about this job is they sent me the most complicated, insane movie script plot, and it was just crap. And at a certain point, they actually said to me, and I still cannot believe this is real. They go, well, just draw the stuff of how you think it should go. So I practically plotted, just because there's nothing, you could not draw their script. Wow, I remember that stuff in the back of the book. Holy cow!
Who is this guy?
Don't know, but there were a bunch of people that they, were going to launch a bunch of books. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Who did
that?
I
wonder if that guy's working.
I don't know.
Yeah,
looks like he definitely loved the Portatio.
Oh, who doesn't, man?
Wetworks.
Wetworks.
Yeah, Wills is the man. Holy cow, dude. So this is when we met, man. That's nuts.
1994. There it is.
Yep. 1994. I got into college when I had been 17 for, I think, 2.5 months.
Check it out. I got it signed.
Oh, my God. That is my old signature.
That's a cool back cover.
Oh, dude, that's crazy. Yeah,
is that Andy on the back too, or what?
No, that was me on the back.
Oh, that's great, man.
It's crazy, man. That's so nuts to think about.
Steve Jaco. Dan, I love how you're looking at this with a critical eye. It's awesome.
Yeah, I know. We're looking at it oh my God, what happened? Yeah. Oh Lord, I can't.
I find it fascinating because I know the journey. I know where it's all familiar to me. Where you start and developing and all that kind of stuff. So it's fascinating to me.
You just did the cover for this.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, oh wow, dude. Yeah, that was right around the time the kids were born.
Wow.
Holy cow. Yeah, I did that cover. That was for an indie book by Marcosia Comics called Scatterbrain. And my boxing coach actually owns the original artwork because he loved that cover so much. I gave him the original. Yeah.
Yeah, that reminiscent of modern Shanth right there. That cover.
Yeah, there's a little bit of it right there. And then, that's the Starship Troopers. Yep. Dave Stevens reference there. Crazy.
Hey,
and there's Jimmy Reyes, man, who's in Comicsgate. Yeah, man. We talked about that recently.
Wow.
Yeah. So yeah, I worked with Jimmy on that book, and that was the book. And I remember texting you from the hospital, man. That was the book where I almost died from my appendix rupturing in the middle of that job. It was nuts, dude. Guys, I'm telling you, this stuff, Like the fact that you've got Andy Smith on my first pro job, on this job you've got Jimmy Reyes. I'm telling you, it is a smaller world than you could imagine, man. It's insane. You know, it's.
By the way,
absolutely
Jimmy's
insane.
is going through a little bit of a difficulty, just
He is.
health issues, and so and we should just mention his book Dragon Rage. You know.
Yes, Dragon Rage, guys. If you got the link posted,
Yeah.
so this right here is
Great premise. It's a great premise.
Is my first self-published book, and I hand lettered it, penciled, inked it, and colored the whole thing.
Oh, that's
22
wild.
pages. Yep.
So here I'm seeing what I'm seeing here is your imagination kicking in here. This is your crazy imagination I see now.
Crazy, man. So yeah, prayers for Jimmy indeed, Timmy. Absolutely right. Yeah, I mean, this was me, and that's right when I started figuring out my signature, and that was when dude, this is hilarious. This is so freaking funny, dude.
Look at this. I remember you working on these pages, and this panel here.
Yep.
You're tearing.
Great colors. Who did the coloring there?
I did this stuff. Yeah, this is.
Oh, you colored it as well.
I did everything on this.
Oh,
yeah,
so that explains it then. Yeah.
On the art, yeah, it's crazy, man. Yeah, Dragon Rage looks good. Jimmy is putting in some great work. Absolutely right, man.
I like this McFarlane kind of style you were doing here. This is really cool.
My wife is always funny about it because she always says to me, she's like, you should reprint those at some point. And I'm like, babe, I can't even mentally go to that place. But it's because comics broke me, Dan.
Look at that.
They're really cool.
Well, people, it's so funny, right? Because, all my friends know this stuff. They know my history in comics, and they know all of the different stuff I've done. But I think when I came into Comicsgate, I've been doing video game concept art and teaching and all of that other stuff that people don't realize I was freaking doing self-published comic books. Yeah.
Freaking awesome, man.
Digital. Yep.
That's really cool.
You drew it traditionally, right?
Yeah, I drew it traditionally, pen and ink, scanned it in, and then I would go and color it in Photoshop. Yep.
Look at all the lettering too. Like Sean loved up the letters.
Yeah, this is wild. It reminds me of what's the Ethan Cyberfrog? Is it Unforgettable Tales or something?
Yeah.
Okay, so I read that, and I was really surprised. How much of a McFarlane influence he had in the beginning. It was really interesting.
Yeah, so did I, man. Definitely. Wow, that's a trip. Whew. Good Lord. I remember, it is so nuts. Like, all the hand lettering I did, I mean, good Lord, I must have been high. No. That's right, yeah. Yeah, Unforgettable Tales. That's right, Unforgettable. But he's like going, yeah, you got to get the Unforgettable. That's right. Love hearing this stuff from the artist. Oh, wow, yeah, that was I do that a lot, actually. That's my Betty Boop nod, and there's my Todd McFarlane panel layout with Spring Ball. Holy cow, man!
Even with
I really think it's a really good, man.
But Spring Ball was like your nod to like the old classic cartoons, right? Like
I didn't know you could do this, Sean.
Yeah, dude. It was a nod to this guy right here, Oswald the Lucky Rabbit, who I was obsessed with at the time. It was a cross between that, what was it? Obviously, Todd McFarlane stuff, but I was a big Steve Ditko fan.
Oh my gosh, that bottom panel's awesome, man. Oh, that's great.
This one?
Yeah. Dig that face, man.
Crazy. Yeah, it's nuts, guys.
You should revive. What if you paint? Would you paint this particular character in your current style?
No, I'd have the groomsmen draw it.
Sold.
Yeah, you're doing it, man. That's if you start this, that's what's happening, man. But yeah, Steve Ditko, man, and it's like, I was my wife talks about this in the intro. She's like, Shanth was trying to do self-publish and do indie comics before there was this Comicsgate thing, and I don't think people grasp when they see how appreciative I am of Comicsgate. They don't realize what it was like to deal with Diamond, have them take 50% of whatever came out of your comic book, and it cost you so many thousands of dollars to print comics, and then they took a whole cut of it. It was a disaster to try to do it, but I was indie from the time I was 14 years old. Wow, issue 2. Holy cow.
Did you make anything from it then?
No. we were like, well, maybe we can get some out of this, and then we were just like, we were trying to build stuff up, and it was impossible.
Do you have any extra copies?
Oh yeah, I've got tons of issue 2, man. Tons of issue 2.
Can you send me one?
Yeah, I'll send you one, man. Yeah, it's nuts, man. And that page was used in a book that was put out by several how to draw comic books that you find in like Barnes and Noble and Borders. I've got 2 of them over there. That panel, this UK publisher published, for perspective and things like that. And John, you're so right. Comicsgate works 100%. But yeah, guys, this is all hand lettered. Like I've been working my tail off making my own comics forever.
I didn't know you could do this. This is so exciting. This is so cool.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. You know, my brother here is because I timed this out that the groomsman is my oldest friend.
Great.
You know, yeah, I know, right? You're so fucking old, is what I was trying to say.
I'm older.
No, I mean it's.
I know what you mean. Longest known, yeah.
No, I mean literally the mileage on that man. No, but this is.
Oh, I dig that.
Look at that double page.
Yeah, this is
freaking awesome, man. You should probably republish this and launch it through Comicsgate. I mean, I'm looking at this. It's looking awesome.
You have all the
stuff.
files, Sean? Like the digital files?
I burned them all. No, I might have them somewhere.
How many books do you have?
2, right?
Yeah, 2 of these. I just did 2 of these. The story was going to wrap up in the 3rd issue, and basically, all of the characters, you were going to find out they were all gay, and I never got around to it. I was ahead of my time. Yeah, clearly I wasn't. That's my Betty Boop. Yeah, well, here's the funny story. I love that page because my mother-in-law, God bless her, said to me, she goes, "You need more boobs in your comics." And I'm looking at her, I'm like going, "Man, I'm married to your daughter, man." But I was like, "I'm game." And by the way, let's talk about this real quick. I want you to go to the first panel on the next page and the second panel on the next page. Nope, one you were on, the spread you were on, right? So there you go. So other page, not that one, the other one. That is where I was. No, you got it. That is where I was expressing my interests. You see the giant rear end? That is what I was about. So that page was for my mother-in-law. And if you look at the toothbrush holder in the top of the next page, you can see an Oswald. This is before Disney had the rights back. You can see Oswald the Lucky Rabbit on that toothbrush holder. Because I was making reference to that stuff. Yeah, all gay. Yeah, that's right. That's right, man. They all got the big gay at the end. That was the truth, man. The groomsmen going to start ripping these up the way Sean is haranguing.
Are you a fast colorist? Can you do this stuff, that sort of thing, quick?
I don't know if I do anything quick at this point, but no, I mean, I color. Well, think about it this way: when I'm doing stuff digitally, when I'm animating and things like that, I'm pretty quick. But I don't know if I don't know what I was on at this age. Like, honest to God, like I look at this stuff and I'm like, how the heck was I even functioning? I didn't sleep. I didn't do any of it. Wasn't having it. Oh my gosh, dude. What is that? Is that me inking over Casada? I think that's me inking over Casada.
It is.
Yeah, that was me practicing brush inking on vellum.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah,
I love that line work. Fantastic.
Yeah. Oh my God. Did I just hand that to you and go, take that shit away from me, or was I throwing it out? I
don't know what you're doing. Yeah.
I was practicing inking on that, man.
Is that amazing?
Oh, Lord.
It's good.
I wish drugs could explain all this.
Hey, let's check the campaign. We're forgetting about it.
Oh, yeah. No, it's got to be the same place. There can't be more people back in this.
I don't know. You never know.
This is banana. No, we're still holding. Thank God. Because I can't take much more of this. Dude, that is crazy to think about. Look at those birds. What the fuck was I on?
I don't know.
Lord, dude, I was trying to learn how to ink with
a couple
brush
more.
on vellum.
This is where Sean started painting. Dude. Look at this.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Nice.
You remember this, Sean?
Yeah, Hindu mythology. I think that was the Path of Rama. I was working on that. Wow, dude, I can't believe you even have any of this stuff.
Yeah.
That's gouache on illustration board. Wow.
Oh my gosh, it looks great.
Awesome.
What the hell was I on?
Nah, you were on nothing. That's good. That's some smart shit. I mean, that's really good stuff.
Hold on a second. We got as you continue to show this artwork, we've got the big man is coming in here. Okay, the main man, can of spam. Boom, Jericho Green in the house. What is up, JG?
The man with the master plan and his nuts in his hand. What's up?
That's exactly right, man. Yeah, we're looking at this.
It's not a long-term plan.
It's not a long-term plan, but it's a good one. My God. So this is my my brother from college that I've known since 1994, and he is showing artwork I forgot that I made to me. Oh, good Lord, man. Look at all the love in the chat for you, man. You know it. There's always love.
Jericho, you just missed his other comics he had created himself. Show those briefly if you didn't see them. I don't know, but man, they're cool. Like McFarlane kind of style and stuff. I thought he's downplaying it. That's freaking awesome, man.
That is.
Shout out 80s Made. It's good to see you, man. Yeah, I mean, guys, this is.
Wow.
I'll be putting up on eBay in like 2 seconds.
Yeah, dude. Oh my Lord. I can't believe you have this stuff, dude.
Here's the last one. I'll cover this up.
Yep.
Right
No, don't worry about it because I don't live there now.
The phone number is different? Is the phone number different?
Yeah, oh yeah. Phone number's totally different. We don't even have a landline.
I love
But that was like ages ago. Yeah, that was some of my early painted stuff. That's what got me into doing illustrations for concept art, Hasbro, and then doing spot illustrations and things like that. And then at that point I was like, I guess one of the many times I was like, I'm done with comics. And then I would go and do Starship Troopers or Flash Gordon. And
I can see the Muka influence, but it's your twist on it,
Yeah, you've got tons of those, man. Holy cow. You have a stack of those. That's craziness, man.
Yeah, Hasbro. Yeah. No big deal. Just Hasbro.
Yeah. Just Hasbro, man. No, those were my bros in the Has. No, I wasn't working at Hasbro. That was a different thing. They were dealing me, wings. That's what Shanth was up to, man. But man, I tell you what, it's crazy to see this stuff because, Jericho and I met through, of course, the great Gabe El-Taib, man. But I was been watching Jericho while I was creating this stuff. Are you kidding me? 351 backers. This is crazy.
Congratulations, man.
Dude,
you didn't lose.
You know what?
For a shot.
Sorry, go ahead, man. What'd you say?
You didn't lose 300. You said 351. It's 600.
Did I? Dude, I can't. My brain is done for the day.
Yeah, there's no way.
Yeah, you had a long day. I mean, I was.
Yeah.
In full disclosure, John, I took a little nap earlier. So I'm like all fresh. I'm like, hey, it's easy. 3:00 in the morning, no problem.
Yeah, Lauren said to me, she goes, "Are you gonna?" I went upstairs because I was going to like grab something to bring downstairs for the next stream, and she goes, "Are you going to bed? Are you taking a nap?" And I just looked at her and I was like, "Hi, I'm your husband. You've known me for I'm not taking a nap." Yeah. When I wake up out of my coffin, Jericho, it's like straight, right up, like Nosfero. Holy cow!
When you unwrap yourself from your wings hanging from the ceiling, I get it.
By that you mean, of course, fried chicken wings, dude. Like when I don't know if you guys know this, but much like in Comicsgate, when we do Double Impact, we get on the topic of food until everybody's in agony in the stream. Like everybody is miserable. Did you like the video of Big Baby that we got sent by Gabe today?
Yeah.
Holy cow, guys! Yeah,
love that Big Baby. Congratulations, man, on this project. I am so looking forward to getting the finished product in my hand. Due to the titty content, I don't think I can read this one with my son. But I'm not mad at it. I'll definitely read it myself. Well, now.
Check under his pill a little later, and you'll find it.
Man. Pages better not be stuck together. I know that.
That's right. High quality.
But I'm excited, man. I'm excited for you as a friend. I'm excited as a backer, if you will, to see this, in its completion. Man, this is going to be great, and I love your style. I was, telling you some of the pictures you were showing last night on the show. Just the story and the message that it conveys, like the one where he's, sitting there with a knife through the beast, the creature's head, and he's pretty much rapping to the girl with half her titties out. So I mean, and just the way it's drawn, and it's so different from what we see as quote unquote a comic or a graphic novel. It's
there's nothing like it, is it, Jerry?
Yeah, it's you. because it's you and no one else. There may be other artists out there, but nobody is Shantan Jetty, and that's coming through.
Oh my God.
And I can't wait.
Is this an intervention? Listen, I'm still going to keep eating shit.
Hey,
right?
Sean, first of all, I want to start off by saying we love you. All right,
we love you. That's when I know it's a lie, and I'm jumping out the window.
We all wrote some letters.
Man.
We all wrote some letters that we want to read to you.
We're going to make them cry. Is that what we're going to do?
Yeah, post a link to, I'll cry bacon grease. But this is the thing, right? For those of you guys who don't know, which can't be many of you, Jericho Green's channel, Jericho is an encyclopedic film fanatic, like those of us who love this stuff. And
he does the best Arnold impression I've ever heard.
My God.
Man. Hey, that's high praise. That's very high praise.
Everyone says it. Everyone says it. I show it to people, and you know how it is. You tell people, my friend does a great Arnold. People are like, everybody.
We've all heard that. Yeah.
Then I play it, and they go, "Damn, that's really good."
Yeah, this is an outlet, man. Much like the artists out there, you guys, how that can be an outlet for you. This talking about movies and stuff like that is an outlet for me. I watch so many, because when I was watching movies, that was my dad's break. That was the only time he would power down, is when we were watching movies. Other than that, it was chores or work. Got to do this, got to do that. And we had 10.5 acres. We had a ranch and all that stuff. So something always needed to be fed or slaughtered or moved or something like that. So movies were our downtime. Movies were our time to connect and laugh and not be sweating from work. So I was hypersensitive. I paid much more attention than the average bear. But all those movies, man, watching them, and you watch it till the tape breaks. You watch it until they're movies from my childhood that my kids don't want to watch with me, because I know every single word of every character and the songs. That's just how I was. And so to finally find an outlet for that and find like-minded people who are equally obsessed and as big of fans as of the movies that I am, it's great, man. And then you guys happen to be super talented too, so that's a plus.
Yeah, well, man, this is the new media. It's exciting. It's really interesting. The world's becoming really small, and it's fantastic. So when I was in the comic book, when I was in comics from '87 to '97, I think I had one comic book friend. That's it. Because I'm FedExing everything in, and it frankly sucked. I hated it. This is so much more fun. It's just really great. So I'm inspired, and it's just really neat. So
these are great times. And I was watching one of my favorite things that I've created. When people are, the groomsman knows I've done digital coloring and traditional stuff and pen and ink and all this different stuff. But one of my favorite things to watch in the world, and the things I'm most proud of creating this year, I think, is this video right here, and hopefully it'll upload, because I saw this and I was like, I think I'm onto something. So we'll play this real quick so you guys can appreciate this. This is one of my favorite things I've done. Shit.
Cool.
Where's Gian?
That shit is hot. We just did the show today.
I know. I was watching it.
The intro and the outro. And every time I play in the beginning, man, this is the hottest intro on YouTube. And it is. I'm glad it belongs to you.
Very creative. Very interesting.
It's nice.
Guys, we're creating the parallel economy. We're creating the other space people can go to for sanity. Mm-hmm. And it's we work hard, we try to make the best stuff that we can possibly make, and we are competing with them with less resources but with more skill, and that's what this whole thing's been about. Mm-hmm. That's what makes it great, what we're doing. And it's, I told somebody this, it's like they say that I was listening to Jordan Peterson talking, gosh, I guess it was like 3 years ago, and he said that the how if you have good people around you is good friends and good people around you help you celebrate your accomplishments. And that, man, I looked around at my colleagues in academia and I was like, and I, Yeah, not it. And when you come into this space, right, we're all rooting for each other. We're all like, Jericho, I want you to hit 1 million subscribers. Like we just have these goals and we'll make them happen. We'll make them happen. That's what we're after.
If the powers that be, the recognizable names out there in our different mediums, if they want to force feed people garbage and give them things that make them feel uncomfortable and lecture them when that's not what they came for, fine. We'll pick up your stragglers. You guys don't want to give them what they want. Okay, I'll do it. We'll create our own infrastructure and give them exactly what they want and exactly what you were giving them, but for some stupid reason you decided to stop and go the other direction. Okay, we'll take that money. We'll take that prestige. So thank you very much.
I mean, I honestly, we complain a lot about Marvel and DC, but it's a dream come true that they have. It's just this incredible library of fantastic characters, and they're just destroying them all. It's like, okay, that's bad, but at the same time, it opens the door to create our own stuff, and that's really great. So, but of course, creator own's got to really step up to the plate and take advantage of it, and see the opportunity that exists now. And I think it's happening. I mean, it looks like it's solidifying, as we were saying, Sean, that people realize now that this is really a workable model. It's a great business model, and it could happen. You just got to do good stuff. You really got to work hard and produce something very
Cranberry Langers, and congratulations on passing your test too today. Dan, you're so right. Like, we get to know folks in this space. That's what's really cool about it. We get to know people and know how they're doing. And there's now 2 people in this stream, the groomsman who's directly above you, Jericho, who are from Northern or Central California, if you really think about it.
SenCal.
Yeah, SenCal. So there you go. But it's a great time to be making stuff, and it's one of those things to where I don't think that, when I think about the early and mid 70s, nobody was seeing Star Wars coming. Nobody was seeing the late 70s into the early 80s time coming. It just felt like everything was, completely, all of the old Hollywood studios, much like right now, they were producing, box office bombs. They couldn't make money off of what they were doing, but that's because the creativity always comes from the outside. That's what builds the industry. And you've watched it happen, with your channel, and Dan has, been just cranking out. Let me tell you this right now. If you are looking for an illustrator to hire for anything, Jericho, let me tell you, Dan, my brother right there, he worked on, Marvel Comics trading cards, like everything, but he has one of the he draws fantastic women, dare I say, and they are.
I'm dedicated to the cause. This is the art, and you must be focused and spend a lot of time looking at beautiful women.
You got to hone your craft, man, any way you can.
Yeah, he came out of the motorboat school, which a lot of people don't know about.
I graduated cum laude, by the way. From
that's right. Man,
I'm going to come back and give a commencement speech at that university.
That's exactly right.
I graduated with honors. But a cool thing about, as we were talking about their failures creating opportunity for people like us, the cool thing about it is it's irreversible, because once people come to us and experience what we have, like, oh, it's better than, and they did me dirty and they pushed me away, they're here to stay. And
well, hey, once bitten, twice shy. It's like, even for me now, like I don't even care if I agree with the message. I don't want to be preached to. Nobody wants to be preached to. You just want to have some fun and do something cool. It's a fantasy. It should be a fantasy. And
it's like sports. It's a disconnect. Yes. I want to be entertained. I want to unplug from all the stuff that I'm about to drive back to after this game. I just want to be here in the moment and be entertained. And like you were saying, Sean, with the movies, okay, you keep giving me $100 million dog shit. Well, Maverick, or Sound of Freedom, I have $12. I put a movie together. What do you think, people? Oh, number one. So, and again, they're not going back. They found something even better, and without all the nonsense, they're ours.
Yeah, they're blowing the trust. When you blow the trust, and then it's really hard to rebuild it.
If you can rebuild it.
If you can rebuild it, yeah.
It's almost easier to build it from scratch, right? I mean, I think a lot of people, and it's tough to watch too, but because I've seen a lot of, for for a lot of people who came out and were in the industry, and you're seeing it kind of now, who were true believers in all of this stuff and didn't, they have a vested interest in you not understanding how to make money for your family and how to, they have a vested interest in you not connecting directly with your audience, because then you have no leverage. All your leverage comes through them. And because we build our own audiences and we get to know everybody. Yeah, anyone gone back to Gillette? That's exactly right. Yeah. It's like you see that stuff and you just go, why are you? I mean, I look at it this way. It is easier to build an audience from scratch than it is to rebuild an audience you've burned. People have a long memory for that stuff, man.
Yeah.
They have a long memory.
I gave you my entertainment heart, and you double crossed me. You know,
and money. You're shelling out the money for this stuff. It's like, I work hard for my money. I'm not going to give it away. I don't have a ton to give away. So, if somebody burns me in with stupid stuff, I'm just like, well, I'll go somewhere else and try that. But
cauterize that wound. It's over.
Yep, and yeah, absolutely. Yep, Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light, it's dead to me. Yeah,
Stupid.
And Dan, could you call up some of your ladies' pinups? Maybe some of the stuff from CG Vacation. Do you have anything you can get to share? Because
Sure.
I want Jericho to see this stuff, man. Because Jericho and I have brainstormed about various ideas, and I'm just thinking, man, who would crush that? Because I was looking at the sketch today. I was like, I'm still game. But I go, you gotta see Dan's stuff, man, because
I think
you will dig it.
I think men can draw women better than women because they lack the appreciation that we have.
Oh yeah, for sure.
We look at them totally different. They see themselves as more functional, and we see them as more, pleasure and fantasy. And for decades, we've been fans of theirs since we were knee high to a grasshopper. So we just have more passion for it, I think.
If put it this way, I consider the most awful way I've ever seen a woman looked at would be not how a man looks at a woman when he's appreciating her fully, but how a woman looks at herself in the mirror, which to me is borderline a war crime. Like the things they say about themselves.
Yeah, there needs to be a tribunal.
Jeez.
We need a tribunal here. You need
what crime have you committed?
Yeah, what are you talking about? Who are you looking
nuts. Yeah, I mean, good Lord. One's appreciative and the other is just nuts. It's like what do you call it? Oh my God, an inquisition. It's a visual inquisition of the self.
And we could be looking at the exact same thing.
Same thing. That's exactly right. Yep, absolutely. Well, I make that joke to my students a lot of times, and I go, I said, guys, I want you to follow me on this logic of sort of the neo-feminist sort of logic. And I said, the thing I can't really understand is that if you were to walk into my house and as you walked in, all you saw all over the walls was either completely naked or mostly naked men, would your first thought be, man, Shanth hates men? Or would your thought be, I think his wife needs to really look around her house some more?
Yeah.
But you see, it makes
where's
no
the exit?
sense. Yeah, where's the exit? So why in the world would you come to my house and there were half naked women over walking like, he hates women? Like, where's the jump? Tell me where the jump is.
We have a deep, long-standing relationship with the female physique. And I don't want it to end.
Here it comes. Cover your ears, darling. There you go. Boom. There it is. Zoom.
That's awesome. And it looks like the guy behind her is appreciating it as well.
Yeah, that's Vane,
a
character made by Phil Diaz.
Me.
I wouldn't be mad at that situation at all.
Yep. Look at this.
Now, there's hot girls and there's hot girls. A girl made out of solid lava is pretty much as hot as it gets.
It is, yeah. Hot.
And that would give a man zero pause, by the way.
I love the dude and the demon and the impaled guy in the far back. He's like, hey-yo.
Yeah, he's like, what's up?
He's like, hey,
can I be in on that?
Yeah.
Before I pass away, let me please.
It's how I wanted to go.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, now here's
man. Oh, yeah. Come on
wow.
now.
I love it too
Just
when
saying.
you know
I have his number.
we put in you know, I like little fun things like this
Yeah, man.
little patch they wanted.
Yeah.
Don't be cowards.
Ow.
It's
She
fun.
looks she looks real.
Yeah, I used some reference to get her looking pretty real.
Her face looks like
Right.
a photograph. And that's what I admire about drawing is you guys can put whatever, you know, is in your mind or, you know, whatever an idea that somebody envisions that they give to you to put onto paper, you know, it's amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah, well,
it's a lot of fun
The
too.
trick is that we get to this point that we're at right now where we can put anything onto paper that we can be paid for, right? I mean, in the sense, right? Like it's people see, like it's one thing to talk on YouTube, right? It's another thing to build a relationship with an audience. So it's something that enriches your family because it's got to, at a certain point, you want to see these skills. Like if we went through your background in radio and how long this is down to when you were, I'm lowering your age every time. He was 2 years old. No, but this is the thing. He was a newborn in the hospital. But people always say the gift of the gab, and that's great. But as you know, it's honing it. It's having it down. It's repetition, and muscle memory. That's the craft. Look at what Dan's doing here. There's got to be a collaboration in here. All right, Jericho. There's got to be a collaboration in here. Somewhere.
Yeah, that shit is so cool, man. Great
Yeah,
work.
and I can't wait for your whole book to come out with all this. This is going to be amazing.
We're gonna be talking about your book soon, buddy. That's gonna be
Like
next.
that.
Yeah. Groomsman's
dude.
quiet.
Oh, you're talking to me?
Yeah, I'm talking to you.
There's the piece I did for Rini that
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah,
Yeah.
zoom in on, man.
that was a lot of fun. Again,
Yeah,
these
to be honest
things
with you-
they're really interesting though how they're so organic. You know, I was on a stream with Rini and she goes, "I'd love to get a piece from Dan Lawson." I said, "Well, I'll do one." You know, as simple as that. Same thing with I'm coloring Garbage Man right now, and it's the same thing happened where Aaron was showing his Garbage Man black and white images, and I said, "Man, that's cool. I really would love to color it." He goes, "Do you wanna?" Like, yeah, you know. so
Yeah, but
so
you
I'm
know,
coloring
man,
it, you know, Garbage Man.
I think all of us, like, none of us have like a particular issue with white girls, but that girl's like really white. Man. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like
she
that-
needs to get some vitamin D, man.
That's
she's-
Michael
she's-
Bancroft
that's-
white.
Sure does. Oh, wow.
Bancroft. Shit, he went there. Yeah, look at that. I love that piece.
Wait, this looks like Michael
Bancroft.
Bancroft. You're saying? The
No.
cowboy?
We're joking about how white the character was. Because my son saw Michael Bancroft, one of my Australian brothers, and goes, "Dad, he's like a white you." And now Mike and I can't unsee it.
Who is
Yeah,
that
it's
character?
no.
Dan?
I'm trying to think. Yeah.
Who's that character?
It's true.
The-
Yeah,
the-
people
the-
say the same thing.
This is Lady Death.
Oh, yeah.
Denzel Washington is like a black me. I hear it all the fucking
Oh,
time.
it's sickening. I know. You're like,
It's
come on.
sickening, guys. Come on. I'm more than just a face. Yeah, man, that guy depresses me. But let's get back to this artwork. Oh man, holy cow! That's all. Isn't that? I mean, look at that, guys. That's why we're here. You know, we're peddling humor, optimism, and art and creativity. You know, and it's. I remember when I was watching Stop the Fuckery, guys, which is on Jericho. Is it once a week or every 2 weeks? When is
Every
what's
2
the-
weeks. Every other
Every
Thursday.
2 weeks.
Mhm.
God, that's a beautiful piece, Dan. And
Yeah, it's
I
one
was
of my
watching
favorites.
it.
A great character too. Just
So
I'm
good.
actually I would like to draw the character out so you could see his skull and the skull and crossbones. It's just a fun graphic, you know. So, but
Yeah.
but this was a cool image. You know, it was Von's idea to do all the skulls and everything and kind of peeling up, pushing
So
up on
good,
it and
man.
stuff. It was wild, you know.
Timmy
And of course,
Mello.
here's Gem Shock. Here's Mandy's character.
Yeah, man. Ah, beautiful.
And this, I like this character. This is not CG guy, but this is Kent Menace, and just kind of fun. He's goes through time fighting sea monsters. Well, that's fun, you know. It's fun to draw. Here's again over here. I like this one when he's in the pharmacy. And I really it's fun with this one because I you can pull everything off of the line now. So I get he's in the 70s here, so I'm pulling products that are from the 70s. You can literally find it online and
Oh, the VO5.
VO5.
Milk and magnesia. Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
That's
So it's
retro.
loads of fun, you know.
Advil.
What you can do
Remember
now.
Excedrin? I got a headache this big. You're screaming for Excedrin.
Yeah. So you can see my influences, you know, the Bernie Wrightson and the Frazetta and all that stuff. I love all that stuff. That's why I became an artist, you know. Just fell in love with that stuff, so.
I like the vampire Capone looking character there. Shooting Tommy gun. That's awesome.
Yeah, there's a full image of that. I should probably pull the whole thing. Let's see if I can find it. But
I mean, that's the thing too. We were talking the other night about things like Garbage Pail Kids.
here's my
and all of that
Private
stuff.
American cover. That was cool.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, you mean the racist comic about the Cuban American defending the border? The Mike Barron got kicked off. I mean, this guy wrote some of a friend of Gabe's who wrote I'm sure we've talked about him, who wrote the definitive Punisher stuff. And they kicked him off of all of these platforms, but he's a legend at writing the Punisher. And he wrote this book called Private American. And his stuff is so great. Dan, that's a great cover.
That looks sick, yeah.
You know? And Groomsman, can you call up your terror piece?
Oh, geez.
Here's the full wraparound cover, Jericho.
Oh, dude.
Give me 1 second.
What's in front of the deep sea diver, but behind the guy with the Tommy gun? Can you zoom in on that?
Oh,
yeah. About mid-screen.
I wonder what that could be.
I just want to see how you handle the middle ground, foreground, background, and bam.
Yeah, the other girl, the blonde girl, she looked more like damsel in distress. This girl looks more of like the femme fatale, like she'll be back up. You know, like she could do some shit too. Or
she's like
she's got some muscle to her, you know. She can knock you around or something.
Oh man, I'm trying to think of something I heard earlier.
He's like going.
Wait, which one do you guys want to look at? This one, or this guy?
He's nice and great. Well done. But let's go back. No.
yeah, that's great.
Yeah, excellent. Yeah, I think we need Bill Paxton and True Lies for this. Makes you want to sit up and beg for buttermilk. That's what we need.
She has nice personalities.
She does.
Real nice.
She absolutely does.
Real nice personality.
What do I do?
She's working her way through college.
Oh, all you gotta do is go.
Gotta
wait,
pay
you
that
got it. I
tuition.
gotta click on it. Hang on. Let me make sure I can figure this out. Oh no, all you gotta do is go to share screen. You see that at the bottom? Yeah, yeah. Well, let me see here. Yeah, present, and then you go to either share a window.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
and then it should work, and then I'll see it down here, and I can pop it into the stream. So you just go into, it'll have like, share a window or.
Hey, we should check in the campaign. You only got a half hour left.
I know I just posted that on Twitter. Let me see if it's changed before we, because I don't know. No, it's still holding at 6:51. But let me see if I can get this on stream. If I have the, well, whoops, you took it down. Yeah, let me see. Rest in peace, Bill.
Did I have reference for? I don't know if I really had reference for that girl.
We're gonna get you up to speed on all this stuff. All you gotta do is go and present, share window, and you'll see it pop up in the bottom where all the pictures are. Actually, I don't know if you can see that stuff, but it'll pop up next to your picture and next to the screen.
Okay.
I created her from my imagination.
That's right. Yeah. You created her from my imagination. Yeah, rest in peace, Bill Paxton.
We got tons of footage in the old Spank Bank. Sure.
That's right. That's exactly right, man.
Pull all kinds of images from there.
That's right. Pull it out of your head right there. Yeah, guys.
Oh,
I cannot believe 30 minutes.
I also have the Nosfero piece I did too.
Call them both up. Let's have them. Let's do this thing. Yeah, that's a beautiful piece too, man. Yeah, he does. Your animation background really shows in the ferocity of the stuff you do. I feel like you need to do way more, ferocious stuff. Unfortunately, I'm not. I'm going to be fulfilling probably for the next month, but it's going to be once we get these things. Yeah, I'm going to be out there. I'm going to go to the West Coast. I got way.
Sound is funky again.
Oh, I'm sounding funky. Sorry, it could be I'm not anywhere near the mic, but it's yeah, I'm going to be. I have to make it out to the West Coast because I've got way too many people on the West Coast. Way too.
Nice.
You know, I mean, I've been going to I've been going to visit San Francisco, see the groomsmen for, gosh, man, since we got out of school. And that's when I went to Skywalker Ranch for the first time, when you guys took me there, right after the kids were born. If I'm not mistaken, man.
That was one of the greatest road trips ever.
Dude, that was brilliant, man. That was brilliant.
That sounds so nerdy.
Yeah, it was nerdy. Absolutely nerdy. Yeah, it was crazy.
Skywalker Ranch.
Yeah, dude, we were that.
Awesome, dude.
Yeah, we were. It was so. I can't do it. Okay,
Sean, I got to quit.
Yep.
I got to quit Chrome and then come back in.
Okay, man. I'll see you in a second. But yeah, man, it's man. Well, I went there. This is the thing, man. I go there, I do shit, and I leave.
Mm-hmm. And that's how it is now. You got to get in, get out. You got to be surgical now.
Yeah, man.
Definitely.
It's like, I mean, there's certain places around there that are so beautiful, like Muir Woods. I mean, I remember I went there for the first time.
I've been there. It's beautiful.
Incredible, man.
Golden Gate Park is nice.
Yeah, man.
There's this huge trail, like right by the beach near Golden Gate Park. That's really nice.
Oh,
yeah. There's some beautiful areas up there.
Napa Valley.
Yeah, if you like wine, that's the place to be.
Country.
Sonoma, Napa Valley, I-5, all through there, man. It's great.
Dude, I will tell you this. I loved your story of the field trip to San Francisco, though, Jericho. That was my all-time favorite, man.
Yeah, and she didn't end up going.
Are you serious? There you go.
They didn't end up going. They went on a camping trip instead. But I was ready. I was ready. Like, oh, you're going to San Francisco? Daddy's going to San Francisco too.
That's right. You're not going by yourself on that field trip.
She tells me, well, what if they don't let you? I was like, they can't not let me. It's a public place.
Yeah.
I can like, oh, hey, you guys are here too. What a coincidence.
I happen to be here armed to the teeth. It's great to see you guys all
hang back here. I'll hang back 10 paces. It'd be great.
Oh, my Lord.
But
Oh, wait, here we go.
So there's a part of me that's
see if I can. I don't know why this is giving me grief. Hang on a second.
I couldn't believe going to San Francisco. I'd never seen so many street people. I'm like, oh my God, that looks like New York City.
It's wild.
Here you go, guys.
Oh, that's cool.
This is the man. Yeah, man. This is one of my favorite. This is you have this as your profile pics and stuff like that. But this is one of, I mean, this is sick, dude. I love your style, man. Why? It's like, well, you know, like Vaughn said that the book was like, what was it? What did he describe as Bruce Timm if he was like a psychopath?
On steroids.
Yeah, Bruce Timm on steroids. And that describes this, man, to a T.
Yeah.
It is awesome. Beautiful.
I think
sometimes you just got to draw some shit like that, you know?
Yeah, man.
I think just the way that, I mean, obviously I haven't read the book yet, but just the bits and snippets that I'd seen that Vaughn released, like it was really easy, quote unquote, to draw this just because, you know, there's a lot of material, just kind of pure brutality in the character. So it was just a lot to draw from. So it was pretty easy to like come up with the idea and then just execute on it.
Yeah, I want to know the backstory on that much blood on both knives. Wow.
Equal opportunity is what it's called. I mean, you know, if you want some, you can get some.
Yeah, you can all get it to the handle, you know?
That's right, man. But the bag is getting it last. Yeah, that's the dark side of Sean. When we had the McDonald's conversation and Jericho said, the fries are getting it last. And I said, when I eat McDonald's, the bag gets it last. And I mean, that really showed my class off.
You pretty much can't eat the bag.
Yeah, that's probably the healthiest part of the McDonald's trip is eating the bag.
Probably is, too.
Right, better off doing that.
Holy cow, man. Holy cow. Man, I'm excited, man. So you guys have got, for those of you guys who don't know, and everybody ought to know, is there's going to be a special event with the best 2/3 of Double Impact at San Diego Comic-Con. They're going to be hosting an event at a outstanding pizza place, cool hip pizza place, where they're going to be talking with Dean Cain of Superman. No, you got to bring that back, man. What are you removing that for? We didn't get to know Nosfero yet.
Great. I was looking at all the.
Sorry.
No, damn it, man.
Here we go.
It was premature. All right.
Wait, something's happened with Gabe and Jericho
fill them in. Yeah.
Comic-Con. I'll be there on the 21st and the 22nd. And it's going to be great. I've never been to San Diego, never been to Comic-Con of any kind, so might as well start with the biggest one. I'm excited, man. And we've done a couple shows with Dean Cain, you know, on our live, on our podcast, or our, I don't know. Yeah, I guess live stream. So it'll be cool to meet Gabe. It'll be cool to meet Dean Cain, of course. And we have like an hour meet and greet with him at this place that's like right there in the middle of everything. So it's gonna be great, man.
I went there once. I was for a comic book company sponsored me to go there, and that was a number of years back. But man, it was like something I'd never seen people dressed up. This is the first time, because I'm in the Detroit area, and the comic conventions here was just comic books and stuff, and I never seen anyone dress up. And I went out to this one out in San Diego, and like people were dressed up and they were wild. It was just really, really interesting and very different. A lot of fun. It's just kind of crazy.
Well, you guys heard like all the big Hollywood studios are pulling out for whatever reason, so it's like going to be more about comics this year, which is really exciting.
We actually did. I mean, didn't Marvel and DC pull out? They did years ago. I don't know if they're back or not, but.
Well, you know, California always has to be. I think that should be the slogan. A little weird. You know.
Yeah.
California has to do it a little different.
Yeah.
It's great because, you know, I remember when they all rolled up, and it used to be comic conventions. It's much like with everything else. Once Hollywood moved in and they became cool, not they became big, but they became seen as cool. I mean, look at this stuff, by the way. Look out on the screen, man. This is one of my favorite Nosfero pieces I've seen, man. This is sick. You and Dan have done the killer Nosferos, man. They're great. But it's like, I look at this stuff and I think, you know, as you look at, books. Oh, Terror in the Trenches, the link for that should be in the description, John. I hope it is. But the thing about it is that when you look at this work and you look at the stuff that we were doing, it was a place for people to go who had niche interests and nobody knew how much money they had to spend. Comic book people have gone to San Diego forever and gone, tell me you have something for me to buy. And all of a sudden, they kind of got pushed out with these companies who just wanted to talk about their movies and give away some posters. But people would go there to meet people that you couldn't meet anywhere else or see on TV. And that's why I think it's an untapped resource for the new entertainment that's coming out right now, man. Excellent. Thank you, Mortal Beast.
Yeah.
Tear in the trenches, folks. Von Klaus, guys. Right on.
Nice.
Yeah, it's so great, man.
That's
so you're going to
really
love
cool.
it. You're going to eat well while you're there, that's for sure, man, because Gabe's going to see to that.
Yeah, he's already. I was on father-daughter dance this morning, and Minnie was like, "Oh, we're gonna hit this place and that place." So yeah, they got it all mapped out, man.
His family is a restaurant family, isn't it? So
yeah.
So he knows his food.
It's in the blood.
He knows his food.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to that for many different reasons.
Yeah, I'm digging this piece. It looks great.
Thank you.
Yeah, we got to get a comic book out of you, man. Come on now.
I'm working on it. I kind of
rage. Unleash.
Yeah.
Oh, that was Punisher. Okay. Dan, the ones you were putting up, that was Punisher, the one who was crawling from under the concrete slab.
No,
that was Black Terror.
Oh, okay, because I saw like the skull and the shirt, and I was thinking, is that Punisher? Okay.
Yeah.
Black Terror is a public domain character.
Yep, that's why a lot of people are tackling it now. But Vaughn's the best so far. I'm for sure.
100%.
I mean, Dan Brereton did a nice Black Terror. I think it may have been written by Chuck Dixon a number of years back. And if you know Dan Brereton, he's a really good painter, comic artist. I like that a lot. But Vaughn's is just intense. It looks really cool. So
yeah, that was my nickname for a while. But
when you let your friend hang in class in geography, you mean that? Is that awful story? Yeah. When you got that nickname?
But it was, it was a plane, nose diving, and then he pulled back and he saved it. He didn't crash. So.
He saved it. It's good to see.
Very proud of him. But okay, so it's not the Punisher. Good, educate me, please. That's why I thought it was.
Yeah, old character. Actually, it's an old character. It's like Sean said, it's public domain now. So
public domain pre-Punisher, because people are sick. Like, what we love about it is that's our way of taking back testosterone and the symbol of the skull and crossbones or skull on a shirt. Even Nosfero has that nod to the Punisher kind of skull on his chest, because that was the comic that got me into comic shops. I saw this cover of the Punisher by Mike Zeck that had been painted where he is sitting there about to turn a corner with an Uzi 9mm, and I went, I love that gun. I need it.
Yeah.
You can no, come on, you got to do it, Jericho. Come on now.
The Uzi 9mm. Yeah, that's the gun of the 90s. That's one or the 80s. I mean, that was one of the 80s guns right there. Was the Uzi. But
I remember
Punisher.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Sean.
No, I was gonna say, I remember when Letterman was interviewing Matt Damon and he did his Matthew McConaughey, and Letterman just went, "It's strong, it's strong." That's how I feel about it. Go ahead. You were talking about the Punisher. Go, man.
Yeah, my brother, he's 4 years older than me, and he was really into comics. He would always with his comics, and he was into rap music. This is like in the late 80s, early 90s. So he would buy one comic to read and an extra copy to keep in the plastic. He did the same thing with his rap tapes, one to listen to, one to keep. And one of his favorite comic book characters was Punisher. And this is the white glove Punisher, with the kind of the dark blue with the big white skull. So I would always kind of be looking over his shoulder, as he's reading these comic books. And I just remember some of the images, like two guns, shells, the muzzle flash, the shells. And the Punisher was always so cool because he was so cold. If you ended up on his list, so to speak, there's no negotiation, there's no mercy. You earn this. And he was just about dispensing justice. And I always thought that was
I think actually, wasn't he introduced initially as a villain in Spider-Man? I think he was. I think
so.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, I think I remember seeing one of those covers. He had and Spider-Man was another one that he loved. And Superman. I remember he got the one, The Death of Superman. And that was a tough couple of days for him.
Yeah,
I was a little sad too. I was like, "Damn!" But
that sounds pretty nerdy.
I think.
He had much nerd in him for sure.
The awesome thing about
he's still a nerd.
The awesome thing about Punisher for me is just like the motivation in that original character, like with his family getting massacred, and he just represented. It's kind of like what's his name? What's that movie Taken? Like that movie,
Taken or Death Wish for us, man.
Yeah. But that movie was like that just hit the mark because it's like if anybody ever did that to my family, like I will find you, I will kill you, and nothing will stop you. And
it's a vengeance.
That was Punisher's motivation,
And that's forever fuel. You can always tap into that. It never dies down. And if with his family being gone, well, what else is there to live for?
Exactly.
There's no one else to worry about. Just killing.
Oh, sorry, it was rhetorical. Sorry.
Well, it's kind of. I mean, that's the Batman story too.
Yep.
So.
Yeah. Joker.
Yeah, it's like Punisher light, man. I'm saying that with love. I say that advisedly. But I look at this sort of stuff, and I'm gonna just remove this for a second. I want to share this if I can get this to work. I'm gonna share. Damn, I hate being this old. Stop screen on my end. Present. And let's see if we can find this, because I don't know if this is the Punisher you're talking about, but this is the Punisher that got me into this stuff, which was the Mike Zeck.
Yeah.
And when I look at this,
Zeck is king.
that was the poster that got me into it. And this is what I love about all of you guys' interpretations of Black Terror. But this was the cover I saw that got me into the comic shop. And I'm is there anything better than that when you're a kid?
He's definitely an influence when I was trying to draw Black Terror.
I remember liking the Claus Jansen.
Oh yeah,
that was pretty cool.
Stuff. Yeah.
Do you have that artist edition, the Mike Zeck classic Marvel story, Sean?
Mm-hmm.
With those Punisher pages. Oof.
So good. Man. I love this line. There's this line I'll always remember. It's the most badass line I ever heard in a comic book, where Punisher's getting marched into prison, and he says, I'm kind of like a storm, like a hurricane. He goes, I'm calm in my eye, but on the outside, I want to just blow them all away. I just went, shit.
Wow.
What
a line. Wow.
Yeah.
Serious shit, man. It was brilliant, man. That's right.
That's pretty cool, I have to say.
Yeah. They were because we were watching on Double Impact, we were watching Dirty Harry. And, there's some beautiful stuff in that film, man. There's some glorious stuff. That's where it comes from, It's like Death Wish and that.
And it goes back to making the bad guys bad, so it justifies, the reign of vengeance that's coming their way. When they, like in Dirty Harry, the pervert going around the city, that perverted murderer. So that's a monster. It must be stopped.
Things have to be done. Yeah. It's craziness, guys. It is craziness. I mean, it's. Oh my gosh! Hold on a second. Let me share here if I can get my geriatric ass to figure this stuff out here. Let's see. Share screen. Chrome tab. Here we go. Oh, beauty. Yeah, dude. That's my jam right there. Yeah. What's he say? What's the exact line?
It says, "I am like the hurricane. There's calm in my eye, and I'd like to blow them all away." Yeah.
Oh,
There's
wow. It's a killer line.
Yeah.
Can you make that? Can you make that big?
Yeah, like let me make it. I'm trying to figure out. Right, is this the one? Let me move this over here, and then bang! Look at that, man. He's being marched into prison, and it's downright the Watchmen. You know,
sorry,
you're locked in here with me. It's a giant. Oh, dude,
who's the artist on that?
Zach. This is Zach.
That's Zach.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like who was that in the Watchmen? Who got Rorschach? He's like, I'm not in here with you. You're in here with me.
Me.
Yeah,
you know, and people don't know this, but that was Alan Moore, the writer of that, was basically trying to poke fun at how crazy he thought libertarian and Ayn Rand fan Steve Ditko, co-creator of Spider-Man, was. So he was poking fun at his character, and it turned out Rorschach became the most popular character in the Watchmen. He was everybody's favorite. Look at this, the craftsmanship in this, man. It's,
I worked with Keith Giffen once and the Agents of Law there at Dark Horse, and he told me that he didn't like Lobo. He was almost embarrassed that he created it, and I was just like, really? That's like freaking awesome character. Why?
Just give us the copyright.
I mean, that is just a blast of a character.
Yeah, it is, man. And the Punisher is awesome. You know, like the Punisher and all these characters. It's great that they're wrecking them, because that means we get to do it. You know.
Yeah, it's like a rock star. You know, they can't get all the groupies, so we'll take your stragglers. That's fine.
That's right.
We'll pick them off.
Oh, I love this one. Look at that one.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Pencils. That's the gun right there. You see, what do we got, Jericho?
It's
I remember that. Yeah.
That's an
M60,
M60.
man.
That's the same one that Rambo had in part 2.
That's
I
right.
remember I had the Rambo action figure, and it came with that one, and it was the time they had the Rambo cartoon. I think it was like 85 or
Force
something
of
like
Freedom.
that. Yeah. This is the shit. When you're a little kid, when you're a little boy seeing this, your mind, you almost just lay back on the bed, and your mind just like you being the Punisher, and you don't see all this nonsense that's jammed down. Well, we got to make this character this color. You don't see that when you're a kid. You don't even see anything. It's just you're just there. You're just imagining being that
It's just
person.
badass stuff.
Yeah, you just imagine putting your arm around the chick and vanquishing the bad guys. That's it.
I remember when I was younger, I was obsessed with bazookas for no other reason probably than I saw it in this.
Yep.
That's the ultimate problem solver, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's a cannon.
Yeah,
It's a cannon for your shoulder, you know.
Yeah, is it
Yeah,
in the
man.
air? Is it on the ground? The water? It doesn't matter.
I liked it. I have to say, I know a lot of people had different, views in terms of, because it went more of a espionage or, kind of route. But I love the John Bernthal Punisher series, just for like every now and again I'll feel sad, like I'll feel loneliness in my heart, and I'll just watch the sledgehammer fight from the first episode of the Punisher, and I just love the part where he's got this guy on the ground and he's got this handle snapped off the sledgehammer, so he's only got a little bit of handle, most of the hammer, and the guy goes, "What are you gonna do?" And he goes, "I'm gonna find a home for this." I love that. Like, come on now.
I love that shit.
I love it, man. I love that shit. What's up, Admiral? Channel member, Simply Green channel member. You guys, all you channel members in here, thank you for being here. I appreciate it, guys. Yeah, Sean can't wait to see a couple of Nosferos, some head sketches. Yeah, man. And Yarpix, man, I cannot wait to get that stuff to you
I'm
guys.
telling you, the streets
It's going to be
talking.
beautiful. They are. We got it for you guys. And thank you again to Comicsgate and also to Ethan and all of my friends here today, too.
There's your white gloves, Jericho.
Putting it
Yeah.
yeah, man.
That's the one.
For the wet work.
That's
For
the
helping
one.
us get to 38K, man. Past 38K.
He's about to give you an exam, looks like.
Yeah, yes. He's like going,
Not
yeah.
the one you want. Those aren't even latex gloves. Those are leather. That's gonna
Bend
hurt.
over,
Find
buddy.
a home for this.
Yeah, you're gonna taste that. You're gonna taste those leather gloves.
Tickle the ivory.
Yeah, you're gonna leave there different.
Yeah. Oh my god, man.
You know.
Yep.
Yeah, those are the ones I remember.
Yeah.
My brother looking at, and the colors are all super cool, and the Punisher, he's one of my favorite, even though he's not a quote unquote superhero. That's a bad mofo right there.
He has the adolescent boy superpower. Guns.
Mike Zeck really was a great comic artist. Yeah. I loved his Captain America too. It was really good.
Oh, his G.I. Joe covers are burned in my psyche. Nice.
Yep, they're classics.
Can I share something, Sean?
Yeah, of course, man. Yeah. Share away.
See if I can do that.
I'm going to just add this real quick, and then I'm going to share this. Guys, we crossed $38,230. So we got another backer on this campaign while we were sitting here, guys. Freaking thank you.
And not a 7 in sight. That's awesome.
Not a 7 in sight for now, so we're going to survive.
We got to change that. We have to.
Yeah, we can make that happen. We'll find a way. So let me see if we can grab this. Oh, bang! There it is.
Yeah.
This is the stuff right here.
Yeah, and look at those 2 Uzis right there. With the,
that's how it is.
The little jungle warfare stock you can fold down. Yeah, that was it right there, man. My brother used to always
so good.
Read those comics. He was always such a cool ass character.
The book, the white cover there with the blood splatter that's down there was one of my favorite Punisher books, and that's written by Mike Barron. That is written by Gabe's buddy and mentor. You know, we're just shy of 100K. So close.
Isn't that a Portaccio cover too?
That's a Portaccio cover, man. And I remember it was like one of my first pieces I saw that blew my mind, man. Craziness, guys. Yep. Yeah, Frank always packed Uzis. Uzi. What else do you need in this world but Uzis, man? Yeah.
Hey, type in Klaus Janson. I want to see his Punisher stuff if it pops up. I thought that was cool stuff.
Was it Klaus? Is that Klaus?
Klaus, and then I think Jansen is Jan.
Oh,
I don't know.
JNO. Yeah, SON. Yeah, that's right. Gosh, yeah, man. He inks The Dark Knight Returns, man. That stuff was sick with Frank Miller, man. Superman versus Batman.
I think really Frank Miller needs Klaus Janson. Really,
yeah, I love Klaus Janson. I'd love to see him ink Frank again.
Yeah, it's great. Frank's stuff was interesting. I mean, when he inked it himself, but it was so funky at a certain point, you know.
But, yeah.
I've been on a huge Frank Miller kick recently, just reading all the Sin Cities, reading Dark Knight, and then the new Dark Knight series that he did, which is actually Ronin blew me away.
Ronin's amazing.
Yeah, I got the artist.
So different. You know, when I got in the business, '87, I was like, Dark Knight had just coming out, '86, Watchmen, Bernie Wrightson's Frankenstein, Dave Stevens' Rocketeer, and I was like, oh my gosh, comics are so great. And then fizzled. Nothing really great really happened after that. Some here and there, but I was really bummed out to see it not go anywhere. You know, after that initial creative.
It's like you saw 3 grand slams in a row, and then everybody was just bunting singles.
And I was just taking it for granted, oh, this is the way it is now. I'm like, nope.
Yep. There you go. Here's your Klaus Janson, man.
Yeah.
That's what it's about. I mean, yeah, this stuff is crazy with that symbol, the way he did. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's how, guys, this is how you solve problems.
Yeah, I remember that cover.
Conflict resolution.
Bazooka, yeah.
You know?
But bazooka from about 3 feet away. That's going to be messy.
Yeah.
That's going to be real messy.
For everybody, right?
Jeez. Everybody in that apartment is done.
Yeah. Oh, man. The guy standing directly behind you is done. No one's getting out of this.
He's the only one walking out of there.
When your double Uzis fail, pull out the bazooka.
Yeah, but you know what, though? You got to ask yourself, why doesn't he have 2? You know, he should be just...
I think that's all you need is 1.
Yeah, some say that. But, what is it, Beverly Hills Cop 2? You can never have too much firepower. That's how I see it.
We got to talk, Billy.
Yeah, we got Billy. I love the... Bill, that was the best interaction. Taggart and Axel Foley and that, when he goes, Billy's a little out there, huh? And, without even looking, he goes, yeah, Billy's pretty fucked up. Such good stuff, man.
That's my childhood right there. I saw so many movies growing up that I wouldn't show my kids. And not saying that my parents messed up or anything, because I'm glad they let me watch it. But
that's right.
There's movies, and a couple of them I watch with my son. A lot of that stuff, not yet, kids, not yet.
The conflict is real, man, because I look at my kids and I'm like, well, I said this to my wife the other day. I go, you know what the thing is so funny about it is I saw all this shit and it's good. Like I learned important life lessons from Beverly Hills Cop 1. Like I learned so much shit like that was I went to show and tell when I was a kid and they called my folks and I didn't know why I had to go out to the principal's office. They said you got to show or tell and I didn't have anything to show. So they said, well, tell.
Sound.
Oh, sorry. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, give the class some then tell the class something that's an interesting thing they don't know. And I said, well, cocaine is sometimes packed in coffee grounds. The scent throws off the dogs.
The teacher was like, hey,
teacher, get out of this 5th grade classroom.
Time out, man.
Would you like some coffee?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, man. You got to love it.
Well, like there was like that new Gremlins like animated series that came out, and my daughter was like, "What's Gremlins?" I'm like, "Oh, it's based on this great movie from when I grew up from the '80s." And I was like, "Let me show you a clip." And I pulled up a clip, and it was like in the kitchen where like they were throwing the Gremlins in the microwave and the blender. And,
whoa!
I was like, "Never mind, you don't have to watch it. It's all right."
Yeah, it's not
And they say motherfucker in Gremlins. And that's like a PG-13 movie, so we're watching it with the kids.
Yeah, PG-13 back then was
something totally different.
Stretch.
We were talking about that on our show on Double Impact because we were talking about Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, and he reaches inside of somebody's chest and pulls out that beating heart. That can't be PG-13, right?
Yeah.
The guy's screaming the whole time and still alive.
Oh, no, Shiva.
Yeah.
And his heart
the thing is
on fire.
Yeah, but in the defense of the guy who did it, he had gotten a B+.
So
that was just like that was my childhood. That was the B+ pit, and that shit happened for real. I don't know how many friends I lost that way. Heartless and on fire.
How about that little kid, the voodoo kid? Oh my gosh, that kid gives me nightmares now. The kid with the like voodoo doll.
Yeah, he was. Crazy,
by the way, that
round
reminds
kicked his
me.
ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, Groomsman, I made a doll of you the other day. You'll feel it later. Let's see what else we got.
You feel it in your chest later.
That's right. Yeah, you'll feel it. It's the black sleep of Kali. Yeah, man. BG. Yeah, and the thing about all that stuff is too, right? So, because we were talking about watching at some point "Romancing the Stone" with Dean. I watched that with my wife. I said, let's watch this. You'll get a kick out of this. And I was like, this is PG. This is PG, straight PG for the time. I was like, there were some things, folks.
Did you guys ever review Firefox?
No, we should.
Oh, you got to see that. That's one of my favorites. I haven't seen it in a long time, but man, that's such a cool movie.
Oh, yeah.
And there's so many. That's one of the cool things about doing a show like that. There's so many good movies. But and then so many genres, and then you have like we did Clint Eastwood, Steven Seagal, and all these different guys, especially someone like Clint Eastwood who has
my gosh,
a scroll of movie credits,
all the westerns, and then they say the Dirty Harry stuff. It's like amazing.
Sean, refresh.
Just the westerns alone. That's
that'd be an accomplishment for anybody. Just those westerns.
Oh my Lord. 2 new backers.
Nice. In the last 30 seconds?
Last 30 seconds, man. This is crazy,
man.
Guys.
It's pretty.
You guys are insane. You guys are insane. Yeah, I'm gonna play a cheerleader because we gotta have that. It's been too long. We haven't had a cheerleader in like seconds, man. We gotta do something.
You need cheerleaders with Uzis.
We must have
Double
cheerleaders
Uzis.
forthwith. Yeah, dude. Listen. I need a new video for you, Jericho, and I think cheerleaders with 2 Uzis might be it.
You won't get any resistance from me.
That's right. Resistance.
Charge! Nice, Toots.
Oh, man. You guys
love that.
Sound. Nope.
Worse.
There you go.
There you go. What happens when that? What do you do that throws it off?
I don't know. I think something's up with the mic. Maybe it's a little shaky. Could be the way it's plugged in here.
Huh.
to the or to the back of the mic. Come to think of it, I just had that realization. We'll see if it holds. But yeah, guys, this has been just completely nuts today, and we're just I'm just Lauren and I have just been in shock. She was texting me, and she was from upstairs, and she goes, "This is crazy, man."
How long has this, from start to finish? How long has this campaign been open then?
This campaign launched, I think it was October 14th or 15th, because I know it was right on my kid's birthday. Right time, we're at 3:00, guys. So I'm gonna stop sharing this screen so I can go in there and close it out, man. That's what we do now. Listen, man, I'm not putting a pet down or anything. It's just
it's got to feel weird though, man.
It does, yeah.
It does, yeah. It feels absolutely weird, but only in the sense. Refresh. Now I'm logged in. Someone else, hang on. I'll log out.
You got 655.
Oh, I just saw it too. There.
Nice.
Oh, you guys are lunatics.
Someone got in there at the last second.
Yeah, settings. People are getting in right underneath the closing bell here. Let me see here.
With Sean's tech skills, this is going to take another 20 minutes.
You guys have got 7 days to make it work. You know?
That'd be me for sure.
Yeah, right. Here we go. I just clicked on it. In demand campaign, opt out. There you go. And then we say
there it is.
Start, and let's see if this works. On what day would you like your campaign to end? All right, here you go. Let me see here. What are we even at now? Okay, I think we're right here. And there you go, man. Let me see if this works here. Hopefully I got this right. Yeah, I think that's about right. I got fingers. Let's see. Oh my gosh. They're asking me too many questions here.
You're at 38,405 though.
Oh my god, this is nuts. He's getting it in under the
keep going slow.
I know it's tempting to hang it out to get that 40, you know.
Slower you go.
There we go. Well, they say your request is being processed. Please allow 3 business days.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So,
which means you can still
guys,
back probably
for a few more minutes. Yeah.
Well, actually, right. Doesn't sometimes it lasts a day. Sometimes
it can last a day. Yeah, you guys have got mere moments, you know, to see how this goes. Yeah, it's still live. Let me just let me log out here, and we'll see if this works. That would be absolutely hilarious if I did it wrong after all this. But we're going to pretend I did it right because I need that in my life, guys. So, yeah, it was like, wait a second, Social Security? No, wait a second, this isn't Indiegogo? No, like it's going to be...
Sean, did you ever get shadow banned?
I don't think I did, but then this campaign has been running since before all of that. So all of that stuff seemed to happen with newer campaigns. And so let me just share... this right here so we can go back.
Well, CyberFrog 3 hasn't been shadow banned yet. It doesn't look like. So.
I don't know if it has been. Maybe it has. I
don't think so.
There you guys go. We are at 38K405, 655 backers.
Do you know what you started?
Do
you know what you started?
Awesome.
At the beginning of today.
At the beginning of today, I know that we were 35. I forget exactly what it was. It was like 35 to like 900 and something. I think it might have not even been that. And we crashed through 36. So it's probably been about $2,500 today, I would say. Nice. Is about what the day has been on this, which is just insane. Yeah, just like the way you launched it, Sean. Premature launches, so post-mature closes. Man, yeah, it's not shadow banned, apparently. Yeah, EVS makes too much money for them to shadow ban them. Thank God, and long may it be so, guys. Guys, thank you so much. You guys stick around. I want to say hey to you guys after this stream, but everybody who's been here, everybody who's made this book a huge success in the chat, God bless you guys. Thank you so much. My family is...
Well done, Sean. Well done.
Good job.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it so much. Yeah, my family is so grateful, and you guys are amazing. Thank you to Ethan, John, everybody, you know. Oh, sorry. Thank you to Ethan, John Malin, and everybody, you know, who's been a part of this. Thank you to everyone who's been a part of this and made this campaign so crazy and so successful. And as I always like to say, guys, speak easy, stay gold and keep the faith. And we will see you guys very, very soon. And I'm going to go talk to these Jets in a sec. Take care, everybody, and peace.